As
Hey folks, welcome to another tournament game. I'm here co-casting with Nizar. We've got Ninja versus Fiddler down in the lower bracket. This is an elimination game, so the loser of this game will be out of the tournament.
this is gonna be a wonderful game. I always enjoy. I've seen Fiddler play. I've seen Ninja play. Both of them have amazing skills, and it's really sad to lose one of them right here, right now. I wish we would have an opportunity to see them both play even more. But it's elimination round. Let's see what they got for us.
Yep. Looks like I think we're still waiting on players to decide. I'll also start a screen share so you can see what I'm viewing without Twitch lag.
Thank you. Oh, the game is up. What's it called?
It is
Don't mind me
called
telling.
Ninja versus Fiddler or
Ninja
something like
Duel.
that. You should see it in the list. There is no
I
password.
see it now. There's Ninja Duel and Ninja Fiddler.
Yep.
That's interesting names.
I presume it's this one because I see Fiddler and Ninja here.
Yes. I'll let you know when you can close your stream. I believe your stream is on Twitch too, correct?
Yep. I've already started streaming on stream. I'm just holding the Discord so you can easily see without having to. It's a little less laggy because Twitch has more of a delay. Looks like we have a Persia pick from Fiddler with
That's a
Swift
good nation.
Tactician. Swift Tactician. I don't think we've seen a Swift Tactician yet.
Not tactician.
He founded Riders, which is a little interesting, but I guess there's lots of horses. But yeah, interesting. I probably would have founded Hunters there because you have fur and horses. So, and we have Hati. I should
That's
pick
gonna be a wonderful match.
Ninja versus Fiddler, Hati versus Persia. I'm pinging Scion so he can tune in and watch because Hati action. He's going Builder, Intelligent Builder.
He went with Divination as a first tech choice.
Yep.
Not bad. They might be fighting over getting the first
Zorro,
religion,
yeah.
Zoroastrianism.
Yep, we have a wide coastal rain basin here, so no tech pick yet from Fiddler. And it looks like we're actually on turn-based from the beginning, which is, I guess they swapped to turn-based now. Okay, so they're going turn-based right away, and he has a Tactician General that he's assigned, a Highlander, and is going off in quest of barbarians, wherever they might be. Highlander is a little bit of a gamble, because you don't necessarily know you're going to have a... but I guess the governor itself...
Simultaneous.
No, the governor itself, he'll have to rely on the crit. He won't have enough to 3-2-3. Okay, they're back on Simul here. Okay, so... Interesting. Not sure
Seems
what
to
they're...
me that Fiddler went with the rider's start, seeing that he has, well, at least one horses, so he doesn't have to import horses.
Yeah, I mean, I
His first
think
pick.
having played probably Persia more than any other nation, I would definitely say this was either a hunter start because you have the fur, which gets you very quick culture from hunters because that's 4 culture because hunters double, and you already have
Correct.
horses, so you can build your unique unit here. So I would have definitely done hunters and picked a different site for riders, but I haven't really played much Persia lately, so I'm not sure. Also, don't feel like you are going to have the orders without a schemer to make use of the extra scout. Indeed, both scouts are just kind of standing there at the start. So, all right, he's scouting to the north here. Ninja going there. Unfortunately, stuck in some marsh here with his scout and still hasn't seen that city, hasn't seen the barbarian site, but does see this urban, which is a strong indication that there is a barbarian site because, well, there's no ruins here. So
He did find the barbarian camp, so he knows what's happening, but he has no orders to move forward. Same for Fiddler, he just found the barbarian camp, he's moving away from it.
yes, thanks. It's hard to follow here in Simul. Frederick does point.
Simultaneous, I am doing my best here to help you.
Thank you, thank you. Frederick points out that Swift on a starting leader with riders is kind of a waste because there is an event where you harvest horses and can get Swift on your leader. So yeah, it's a nice way to force Swift. Not sure if that's locked to leader or rider. I think it's just having riders, right? I'm not sure. I need to look up. I need to look at the harvest events again because there's definitely some fun tech you can do with them. Interesting. He improved the horses first, despite having pastures. I would have expected pigs for the growth. Okay, for Ninja in the west here, and he's clearing that barb site. He does. He's making use of Highlander, so should be able to. I think he's going to get a spawn there actually because he's
There's
already
two
attacked.
turns. He will have a spawn. Both of them will definitely deal with a spawn on the other side, not on the screen, on the other side. Fiddler is assigning his tactician leader on the slinger. He's gonna push through. There's 2 years for the spawn. He will stun the unit, but he's only dealing 5 damage. So
Yeah,
he's
so
not
he'll
gonna be able to do what he needs to do to kill it
Yeah,
before it spawns.
it should be okay as a tactician, just because like you got a crit, so that helps. And 8% roll there. So if he gets another crit, GG. That's the end of that. And if he doesn't and gets a spawn, he can just stun the unit that spawns, and maybe we'll only take like one hit of damage or so, or two hits before needing to. Yeah, so he should be totally fine there. So that
That would be the
tactician.
definition of I am better than you because I did double crit with 8% chance.
Yes, tactician's probably the most powerful early clear, just because that stun is so powerful when there's just a couple units around. And it, of course, negates all incoming damage. He's got the settler coming out, has moved over to start improving those pigs. Pretty order constrained right now. Persia slightly more orders. Uh, they're probably because of that rider seat. So, and we have a little bit of turn timer here. Of course, can always add time if needed, but doesn't look like he's going to. And some last second moves, and yeah, didn't had that extra order, but didn't make use of it. All right, pigs improved in the Persia capital. Back over here on Hati. He is starting those pigs, continuing to attack the site. He's cutting around here. Might harvest those camels, maybe. We'll see. Might meet the Danes as well, potentially. He did harvest those camels and moved around here and is yes, he did meet the Danes and got 6 legitimacy from declaring war on them right away. So, meanwhile, he has met the Numidians over here in Persia
And the Gauls.
and the Gauls, and has gotten the mystical tribe event, which I don't know what he chose there because yeah, I didn't see the choice. It doesn't seem to be showing in our events history.
No crit for him, so a spawn will happen.
Yep, but he'll just kill it and stun it. So he'll get one hit on the slinger. So tactician, of course, helps a little bit with science versus builder, but of course builder um, develops much faster and also has that very, very sweet worker bonus, which is huge. So building workers faster, if you can build all your workers that you need with a builder is really great. It just saves you so many turns. And intelligent, of course, is going to really help him scale tech-wise. Yeah. All right. Got some more scouting. He's moving north. Discover that game. Got some food from that. Meanwhile, over here, as you said, Fiddler did clear that site and is going to get hit here, but for 3 damage, and then he'll just be able to stun lock that. That Fiddler's coming out. Both scouts sort of doing work, getting vision. Take a look at what player vision looks like over here. And then over here as well. So no one's met anyone yet. No schemers in this game, which are a little different than some of the meta we've seen lately. So yeah, it's an interesting map. We can take a moment here to take a look at the map. We got the Numidians right in the middle here with some barley double wine site, lots of camels, quadruple wine site in the middle with ore, which is slightly on the Persian side. That ore is very tempting. And then some horses down here. Looks like lots of horses on the map. Pretty nice barley, citrus, sheep site, some game. So yeah, I think Persia will be happy to have hunters. Lots of decent hunter resources on this map, which I think is generally the case. There's an amazing triple game marble site up here, some barley, and looks like he's founding. I hear a founding sound, and he has founded riders as a second city, so that should equalize the order thing. And of course, dealing with the respawn one, it has that extra scout now. I really like riders second, personally, just because I think you're not going to be able to make use of that scout early on. There's just too many other things. And Barca has finished his settler, and he's going down here to settle this, which I guess is the free city site. Yes, the coastal one here with triple fish would have made an amazing trader site, but curious to see whether Hati will go traders for that. He did go landowners to open, and then statesmen down here. Statesman in a growth site is pretty good because you can like you want statesmen to have high growth or at least high civics production, and high growth is a great thing to turn into civics production.
In my opinion, as of coastal basin maps, traders is kind of a trap city or trap family to go to. You're not gonna have so many nets production available. You might have two cities maximum, and for traders to really flourish, you need more than just two. You need three, four. Because
Sure. I think, I mean, the other choice here is patrons, which I guess he's got some silver there. Um, and I think that's it. I think there's like one silver on the map. So personally, I mean, he's getting good vision of the site of the map, so he'll get a good sense of what to do. But like traders, the power of traders really is in that free fare. It just scales the gold income of that city. I personally love trader caps, even on landlocked. I agree. CRB is not a great map for traders. Continent is a much better one, for example. But
and
yeah,
the surveyor ability
yes,
on the
yeah,
worker
yep. That the fast routing is it's very hard to not have that
is
available.
just so good. You can build 3 roads, 4 roads in one turn. It's amazing.
And Scientific points out that if he goes to trader here, he'll get a lot of growth for this, especially since he'll have fair and elder shopkeeper. This is also a very growth friendly spot here. Like I would much rather found traders at this site. Although you could do patrons here, but like a single patrons with a single silver just doesn't feel very impactful. I feel like patrons are much better as a capital if you have multiple precious resources personally. And then I tend to personally just do either like a single patron family, single patron city, and it's just the cap, and everyone else goes there. It's fun as a Syria if you have a precious start.
Patreons at the moment feels like it's kind of I wouldn't say a trap. It's more of like you gotta really hope that you have a second city somewhere in there that gives you that silver, that gold, that
Yeah,
pearls.
I think
You
I
need to
think
hope for it.
Yeah, I think patrons is a this is going to be my capital because I see I have two precious resources or more, and then if that way
Yes.
you're not gambling, and then once you scout, if you find a good patron site, like let's say there was 4 silver here or something, or 3 silver or silver 2 silver and gems, like then that would be tempting for patrons. But he's got pretty good map vision, so he'll be able to make an informed decision in terms of what's available city site wise, which is important. The double scout is definitely helping with that, and he'll see, well, there's really only one silver site. Or I guess this is Hati that has. We need to look at Hati vision, and he's got decent map vision. He has seen that silver, so he'll be able to make an informed decision. Has that, and he presumably sees the free city site, right? Yes, he does. He just doesn't have vision of it right now, but he knows where it is. Um, so yeah, we got a shrine here, so might be going for an early Zoro.
I don't blame him for going an early Zoro. There is nothing wrong with choking your enemy out of religion buffs or bonuses. It's actually a pretty smart move, but you gotta not overdo it. You gotta be very contained on how you do it. So we'll see how contained either of them will be. If
I
they're
don't
all
know.
simultaneous, it'll still Fiddler's turn right now.
It can be fun to found all 4 religions and now your religion the opponent of
Yes.
all the religions have 4 elder
Yes.
monks in your capital. Oh yes, but very hard to pull
Yes.
off. Hard to pull off a duel this size. Scientific makes the point that patrons is great for getting culture quickly in a second or third city. So if there were, say, horses here, which there are not, this might be a tempting patron spot to be like, well, I know I can leverage the patron cultural advantage as a way to really get my unique unit in another city apart from my capital there. So we'll see here. So he's holding that city site. He's cleared that. He has upgraded that to, looks like either focus or shield bearer. I'm not sure which one he upgraded to. Um, and scouts might collide
Or
here.
oh, I see.
See here. He's building a militia. I don't love this. I really don't understand a militia at the opening. This should be, I presume this is a misclick on a worker. Like, I don't know why you would build a militia here. Statesman militia. This should be a worker and improve fish. Or it could be a military unit. That's also very viable. You do just have that single slinger and don't have another source of military. Generally, you want to, yeah. So generally, I think the sort of meta, as far as I can tell, is you want to at least start with your military in your second city, but like, yeah, I don't know why. Like, he could easily have afforded a slinger here or a warrior, because since Persia starts with both.
Fiddler pushed back his scout on top of his slinger, so that's a move. I'm
Uh,
not sure about
yeah, not sure what he's,
maybe
but
he's holding the position,
yeah,
worried
maybe,
about another scout
maybe,
coming in and picking it up, but it is a
be,
move.
yeah. I would like you have a tactician. If there's a scout, you can just stun kill it. Like I will easily trade killing a scout that's camping my city site. Also, you don't have a settler right away, so like, yeah. Interesting. Let's take a look here, Ninja. Who do you think is favored to win this match? Have you seen either player, Nazar?
Yes. I've faced Ninja multiple times. I've seen Fiddler play. He's not bad. This is his second multiplayer game, by the way, for Fiddler,
Yes. Yep.
and he gave Mojo such a hard time that Mojo had multiple heart attacks just facing Fiddler.
Yes.
So, favorite wise, I can't pick, but if I have to, I'll pick Ninja. The guy is very creative. Both of them are so strong players. That's why I'm so sad to see one of them leave this tournament right here, right now.
Yeah. It is I think our second elimination match. The first one still is not completed yet. Yeah, Ice Matrix versus Kiramo is the first one, and that's still ongoing for part two, Tuesday. Um, yeah, and Scientific makes a good point that you really want to keep that forward momentum, clearing city sites. You don't need to defend sites, even if you're worried about. And he's actually pulling back his slinger and healing, which he has a tactician. He can go easily clear some sites.
He might be worried about the Numidian raid that is happening to his capital,
That's
which
odd. We
happened due to an
shouldn't
event.
see. Oh,
It
there was an
happened due
event.
to an
Okay.
event. Yes.
Which event was that? We might want to bug report that because I don't think you should get raids before turn 30. So,
Um, it was a pick between choices for him, and one of them caused the raid to happen, and now he's dealing with that raid. And he picked out where, or he was able to scout out where that Numidian is coming from, and he's facing it right here, right now.
yeah, stunning
Probably why
this.
he went with the militia, because that is the fastest he can pull out. No, actually, it's the same time for
Yeah,
a warrior.
the militia is just straight up not the correct play. You should never open with militia. It should either be a worker or a military unit, slinger or warrior. So yeah.
Probably a misclick. He's not gonna be happy in 3 turns when he realizes he picked militia.
All right, so we've got some attacks here. Looks like these barbs are going to spawn, but unfortunately he's in forest. So, and he has a tactician general as well. And here's he opened warrior first, or sorry, worker first into warrior, and has a shrine already. So it looks like we might have some competition for Zoro. Interesting, because Hati I would expect usually to go for Judaism, just because you have the easy landowner, and you already have 2 ranchers you could build because you have 2 pastures in the cap. So yeah, Ninja has the advantage in city momentum. He's got 3 cities to 2. Where is Persia's city? His settlers far behind. I don't know. Why is that? Did he?
I don't think he has enough growth, maybe?
He did improve the pigs first. I guess landowner has that slightly advantageous growth, but that much more. What is the growth comparison here? 16 in cap. Oh, he hasn't put his
Of
governor.
course.
He hasn't 12. So yeah, he hasn't put his.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the difference. 12 or 16. So yep.
And he is struggling with that Numidian. He is almost half health with his slinger. Don't think he can clear that barbarian camp on his own.
Yeah, 3 units and a
Gonna
like
be hard.
even with the tactician. Unfortunately, all he has is a militia. So yeah, this match seems like it's leaning towards ninja now. Their ninja's also not in a great spot right here. At least these are melee units, so they will take some damage from the tactician. But he's going to potentially take a good amount of damage here. And that warrior is 3 years away. Would have loved to see the warrior first and then a worker. I think in the military city that just feels a little better in terms of momentum. Outside of stupid order tricks or Carthage. I'm not even sure orders are a good idea yet. I need to do more research on that. I feel like there's a build there
And
with orator, but yeah, we'll see.
we do have a trader's family coming in from Ninja. He's
Yes,
he's
he's
following the advice, and he does have, I believe, all the fish that
yep.
he needs.
That's a good found. I think I agree with Scientific that given the silver resource here, I would have actually preferred to found the seat in next to the silver, so you'll scale your money. There's no money resources here, and then this could be another trader site after that. But as
Labor force found for
you want to,
Ninja.
yeah, you want to scale that fair. But again, that's a minor optimization, and they're playing pretty fast here. So what's our turn timer? Slow,
We're
still
barely
slow.
able to keep up, so it's simultaneous. It should be standing for simultaneous for.
For a while, I think probably
Not
around till
sure.
turn 30 or 40, I think, just because the map is pretty big. We've got a lot of city sites to clear here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 more on Ninja's side to clear, and then a little more here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think four on both sides to clear before they start colliding in the middle and the sort of central sites here. Ooh, he's got a Gaul declare war event. War becomes strict. Could get a citizen. So that's where they're a ninja. So Persia's going over here. He did manage to kill that Numidian raider. I really, yeah, that I don't know about that raid event showing up at under turn 30. But he can hopefully kill this camp. Does have a tactician leader, and these are melee, so unfortunately, I guess probably best choice is to stand on this urban and hope that they attack across the river or something, or you could block with a scout here. Definitely clearable here, but yeah, this militia is kind of not great. And awkwardly, he's going to have to move this scout off so that the settler can move. He can potentially get truce with the Gauls. Yeah, he's stunning here. So I really feel Scientific. We need a video about how barbarian camps work, like your first 10 turns or first 15 turns or something, just because like so many folks do not realize that killing the barbs around the camp just speed up the camp spawning. So that, like, this should have been an attack on the camp. It's not really well telegraphed in the game, so I don't blame them. And the militia is coming north. Curious to see what we'll see from a statesman seat.
Well, he moved that militia pretty fast. I assume he actually meant to do that.
He
Hoping he
does
meant to do
he
that.
he does have Swift, so the militia can move up there. It's not going to do.
More
Let's
like
see.
the reaction speed. Like the moment it spawned, he was like, "Okay, yeah,
Yeah, no,
let's
I
get the
think
guy
he built a
in."
militia. Like I agree that like it would have just been better to build a warrior or a slinger because it takes about the same
Yeah,
amount of time.
it was the
Uh,
same exact time.
yeah,
Sadly,
and labor force here as well. Science wise, slight advantage to Hati. Interestingly, that intelligent is doing work despite not having any, or I guess 1 point of wisdom. So intelligent is really really strong. Game's moving along at a good clip here.
all right. Fiddler finds the second Riders family. No Patreons, I believe, or
Well,
sorry, no
for
hunters or clerics for
yeah,
him
yeah.
yet.
And he's going worker here with triple sheep. I presume he's going to import into here. Choice of stone here. Um, yeah, let's take a look. I like that collab idea, Scion. We can maybe talk about it more over Discord. Does have a law choice. He does have enough. I guess labor force gives him slavery, and he goes for freedom.
Read
Okay,
this. Go ahead, keep going.
freedom's totally okay early on. It does speed up. I think it takes a turn off that worker. Helps with some growth issues. He's getting a warrior in his cap. Go ahead.
Let's switch back to Ninja a little bit. He's going for the Elder Shopkeeper.
Yep.
6 years, or 6 turns. Apprentice Acolyte already. Lusna, four
Yep.
years.
Expecting an
So he
apprentice
is
acolyte in Hattusa next as well to grab Zoro, elder shopkeeper. He put an orator governor in there as well, which is really nice with 6 civics. So like, let's take a look at this city's civics
that's gonna
production.
be
15
good.
a turn. 15 a turn. That's 8 base plus 2 from Hati, and then he's got an orator governor that scales up by 50%. So that's a pretty speedy elder
That
shopkeeper, which will help
hurts.
growth. Will help with
That's for
growth.
real hurts.
Yeah. Let's take a look back over at Fiddler. Fiddler getting a slinger here out of the statesman seat. And then continue to attack this barb site. Should be able to clear it. Interestingly, how much easier a time Ninja had clearing the exact same city site.
Without
So
a tactician leader too.
yeah, without a tactician leader. Of course, didn't have that raid spawning on him, which didn't help. Yeah,
Yes, those
trapping.
Numidians were really upset over what he said to them, so
Yeah,
understandable.
trapping 1 year away over here in Hati, and mill drill going on in Persia since they start with trapping. Stunning this site, and should be able to clear that next turn. I don't see a settler ready for that site though.
Military drill for
Uh,
Persia, 7 years.
and in contrast, Hati does have a settler ready for that site already. So we should
And
see the settle advantage go to Hati here.
he had the choice between Stone Boost, Divination, and Spooked Wheel. And he went for Military Drill. He ignored Divination. So he does not care about Zoroastrianism. He probably knows he's going to lose that fight with that +2 civics production from Hati. He probably knows that he can't keep up with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to grab an early revision, you probably want to grab Div early. He did not. I don't remember what his first tech was, but it was not Div. Um, yeah, so I mean, Hati in theory could also get Judaism because it's going to be very easy for them to get two ranchers in this landowner seat, right? Each of these ranchers is a 3 year build. So, and he has the settlers because landowners, or sorry, citizens because landowners. So, yeah, I think if I were playing Persia here, I would definitely try to grab Zoro just to assume that Hati is going to easily be able to get Judaism. Um, so Persia can of course also grab uh, Judaism if they want. They do have husbandry as well, so they can improve these sheep and then build some specialists, probably in 2 cities at once, because it will take a little bit more time. I was surprised in one of the earlier games I watched that someone got Zoro off a culture event. I'm surprised to see that one in in
Yes,
competitive mode.
yes.
So
I did not even know that was a thing. When it happened, I was like, wait, what? That happens? I was
that
very
doesn't
impressed.
feel like it should be available off a culture event personally,
It
um,
should not,
just
but
because it feels
it
very
is.
RNG. I'll need to look up what that event is. And you know, 4 smart settlers, something Scientific really loves to see. That gets your city up a turn 1. Um, so maybe that was, I think that was a Persia player. So yeah, I think there is a flavored event there. But maybe we should flag that because I feel like it's fine for single player, but yeah, kind of game breaking if you're trying to grab Zora.
Alright. Fiddler
Uh,
just cleared his fourth camp, finally.
yep,
So he's on the way of getting a... He has no settlers coming out.
no settlers
He
coming
just
out
cleared the camp.
and building warrior and slinger here. I'm definitely a Persia fanboy, but yeah, this is not looking like the strongest start for Fiddler. And Ninja, in contrast, is executing his plan well. Looks like he'll have a turn 22 Zoro, which respectable time. Not the earliest, but no one's. It's harder to do faster with a nation that doesn't start with Div. Um, and he's prioritized stuff. Would love to see another settler started, perhaps in Adana after that shopkeeper finishes, probably because this feels like a great place to pump settlers out of. It's already 8 growth right now, but it'll be even faster. So yeah, Apprentice Acolyte there.
To be fair to Fiddler, this is the same speed that he did his first match with when it came to his clearing.
Yep.
Again, this is most likely, and I believe so, this is most likely his second multiplayer game. He
Yep.
did not have time to practice, so, and he mentioned in his interview at the end of his game is that he wanted to do more. I
Yeah.
don't think he had the time to do more. I would have waited a week for the next match just to be able to take the time, get ready, but Fiddler doesn't care. Fiddler
No, I
wants
mean,
to go in for it.
it's again. I think all our feedback is coming from a place of coaching and feedback. And yeah, as Scientific points out, nice job from Ninja pulling down his landowner's worker down here to help get that fish online faster for Adana. There wasn't really anything he could build in his capital, so rather than have that warrior stand around, or sorry, that worker stand around, he pulled it down. Um, so pretty nice play, and hopefully we'll see it migrate back up and maybe start some mines or something. Um, yeah, clearing this here, just out of vision from Fiddler. I can't quite see it. Pretty good map vision for both players. Keeping an eye on the front here. Doesn't
Right.
quite see those units over there.
Fiddler just spotted Hati's camp or one of the camps that Hadi's trying to clear.
Yep, he at least sees the injured barbarian. Not sure he noticed it, but because interestingly, he didn't poke a little further to see what's going on. But keeping an eye on the front, keeping an eye on expansion for your opponent is always a great idea to do. And again, we've got an intelligent builder against a swift tactician, and looks like he got besieger, XPing up a little bit faster here, thanks to the general. So yeah, he already has the second strength and is working on his third, where we're still waiting on the first strength from Ninja. Very slow culture in that capital. And the governor XP, I think, scales based on culture level, if I remember correctly. Early mill drill from Persia is also good to see. Get those barracks up. No one has champs in this matchup, so mill drill can help make the difference. And he's improving that fur, which will help with that culture problem or culture challenge in Ajusa. Actually, yeah, I'm not sure I agree with the fish, given the fur were improvable, but probably would have grabbed the fur first. But either way is fine. Phalanx, so he knows he's facing Persia, so we'll want to deal with early horse. So smart choice there for the early phalanx. Of course, same goes for Persia. He's dealing with Hati, so we'll have horses as well. So probably want to also grab phalanx at some point.
All right, air education for Fiddler. He went with politics, so I'm curious on why he went for that. It is
Politics
an
is totally
option.
reasonable. I think the reason to go for politics. His heir is actually philosophy, which is the more expected first choice.
Oh,
Tactician, zealot, judge,
sorry,
or builder, or
mixed him up.
scholar. And then politics, I like it second because you can have the choice of judge, which is a great second one, scholar, which is also a great second leader, and also hero, which is also a great second leader, and orator is also a great second leader. Everything except for diplomat is good in politics.
That is fair. No one likes a diplomat in this game. In multiplayer, it's just not worth it. And I wish they would do something about it, make diplomat more appealing for multiplayer. But that's not why we're here.
You you
Another
you
year,
you can
year
do
20.
stupid. You can do stupid tribe alliance tricks. Trust me. Like it's not that diplomat is bad. Um, it's just a very different play style. But you can totally do stupid stuff with a diplomat because you can ally all the tribes, and then
That is
you
fair.
don't need to kill them. You just settle on their city sites and buy their city sites.
That
So
is
like
fair.
there's probably a diplomat Carthage play where you're like, I'm not going to fight the tribes. I'm going to ally the tribes, and then I'm going to buy the tribes, and then I'm going to upgrade the tribes and settle on the tribes, and now I have this huge army of tribes because they keep spawning units. So
We saw that during Kiriyama and Class Koala match where Kiriyama went diplomat and he allied with, I believe, the Danes or the Vandals. It did not end too well for him because the expansion for Class Koala was really fast. It's
yes,
gotta be in really good specific circumstance for it to work.
yeah. I mean, I
So I
think the
would
the
love to
problem is
see it
like
actually work.
the problem I think is your opponent just kills the tribes, and you're in trouble. And the smaller
Yeah.
maps as well. And Class Koala also is very good at fast expanding. I watched a little bit of his second match where he also just sprawled all over the map. So yeah. All right, we got a settler started here. I'm getting a shrine of ranged units, which is okay choice, and also grabbing these elephants marble. Acolyte finishing here. Already finished there, so we should have Zoro at 22. Elder Shopkeeper, turn 21, Elder Shopkeeper. That's pretty good timing. This does not look good here. He is at war with the Vandals, but...
That warrior is in
Ooh.
danger.
Yes, fortunately, barbarians don't
And
exert zone of control, right? So he can escape. I think, no, they do exert.
he
So
doesn't he doesn't need to. He put a hero on it last turn. They deal exactly 5 damage. All he has to do is just stand there and let the other warriors clean up.
yeah, that's good thinking, because he was actually zone locked there, so he was in trouble, actually. His heir just hit 10. Let's see what he picks. I'm expecting philosophy. Tactics might be an option as well. Um, yeah.
Commerce is if he's a brave man.
Commerce, if you're fishing for builders, Philo into commerce is very reasonable. He went Philo. So Fellow, I think, is the best just because you want Builder and Hero are both game-breakingly good. Judge is also really good as a second leader. Scholar is really good as a second leader. Zealot is hard to pass up, not bad, and Tactician is also not bad. So
Fiddler just picking his head with his scouts, seeing what's going on, taking a look at what's happening.
the set.
Probably very entertained by the situation he's looking at.
Yes, he sees there's a militia from Persia, so there's no champs there, and yeah, and then Fiddler keeping an eye over here. What's going on here? And seeing some of this, he knows the steady site is, and we do see a rancher from Ninja, so that's a four-turn
Is he gonna go
rancher.
for the double
He's going to go for the double, I think. Nope,
religion?
he canceled the rancher. Oh, he started the rancher up again. Yeah, he's gonna lock Fiddler out. So let's see, what are Fiddler's options here? So if he loses Judaism, which looks likely, considering he doesn't have, he'd have to basically finish this sheep and start a rancher, and then start a rancher here ASAP. So yeah, he's not going to be able to make it. His other options, religion-wise, Christianity is basically locked out because it requires you having a Jewish city, which unless you get very lucky with spread and beat your opponent to metaphysics, you're not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Manichaeism uh, requires two Christian cities, so it's locked behind Christianity. Although they don't necessarily have to be yours. I think the hard thing with Jewish is that you have to have a Jewish city. So this is a dice roll with monasticism, assuming you beat your opponent. Both you and your opponent have monasticism. And so I think the way the code works is if your opponent has three and you're both eligible, you will be guaranteed to get one. So he will want to probably prioritize monasticism, although it definitely does feel odd tacking to monasticism without a world religion. But that's also
Yeah.
gated behind Christianity getting founded. And of course, if no one researches metaphysics, which is not a very common research, Christianity just might not be founded for a long time. And yeah, I think dumping the Jewish requirement for Christianity and just locking it behind metaphysics would make it a little easier to get. Um, Frederick points out here in Ninja, in the landowner seat, yes, instead of building the rancher, you could just buy a tile because this is a landowner seat and grab that salt and get that salt online. So yeah, I would probably also like try to migrate over to this marble, although it looks like that shrine is going to get it. I don't know. Whenever I do a landowner seat, I like them being really sprawly and like buying every good tile nearby. They're just like nom nom nom, give me tiles. Um,
Yes. Agreed. That's the special ability of landowners. Being able to expand wherever you want to expand.
all right, let's see. So Ninja getting a Slinger. So I think I
He,
like this play where he got a worker and then he's just been producing military units out of that military seat. Go ahead.
and he did save his warrior. It took
Yep.
a lot of work and effort from him, but he did save it.
He's also lucky that this barb is on the other side of the river, so it only does one damage, and this vandal does two. So yeah, he's going to have to keep healing it though. He can't attack with it right now. And that
He
settler is 2 years away. Look at the settler
can.
production here. 22 growth in Adana, thanks to that elder shopkeeper and the fish. Go ahead.
Don't worry about it. I was gonna say that he can, but he decided that
No,
he
it's too
don't worry
risky.
about it. Yeah.
He would have been attacking across the river as well. So like it just, and you take damage from attacking melee. So it's actually very dangerous to attack in that situation. He would die. Or have a risk of dying depending where the vandal decides to shoot. He's got double settler coming out, so he only has one city site free right now. So curious to see what he'll clear next. Resume the coastal vandal site. I really, yeah. Let's hop back over to Fiddler. See what has he set his third family? He has not. He does have a settler coming out in Parsa. I presume he's going to found hunters here, just because that game. It's kind of more on this side actually. But like maybe statesman here with a marble and then hunters here. I'm not sure. He also has this side open. He's definitely a
Or
little
he
bit
can go
behind.
for clerics. That's also an opportunity or a potential. So he has
Clerics is an option. I think given what I've seen from the map. Anytime I see triple game and
hmm
marble like that feels like. I mean, again, I think the cap should have been hunters
Yeah,
personally. So
I agree with you that it's probably hunters, but at the moment, I'm
clerics is
curious what he
yeah,
goes for.
yeah. We'll see here. I also just don't like the new clerics at all. I just feel like they're not worth running. I would rather go hunter rider states, Persia. Um, and like run the or just abuse hunt. If you have a high civics hunter capital, there's really fun stuff you can do with hunt, because it gives you so much food, and food gets to be really expensive late. Um,
Alright. Navigation picked for Fiddler, 9 years until then.
Stone cutting from Hati. Notice also his economy is kind of getting carried by Adana. Adana is, of course, 49 gold,
Just,
even though there's no money resource there. And since he's landowner, he is also getting some cash here from the farms, and they are proximate to that pasture. So, and yeah, I see. He did the rancher for border expansion, not for Judaism. And this is the point that Frederick was making, that it would have been rather easier just to buy the damn tile. Um,
yeah.
no divination yet for yeah, no divination yet for Persia, and he is doing a long navigation research tech. So yeah, so without divination, he can't build shrines, so he can't get value out of divine rule. So don't know that I would found clerics here. In theory,
Is
like if you
this a
had div,
greedy move?
if you had 3 4 shrines, one in each city, then divine rule looks a lot better, right? Because then you're getting 4 orders for that early, which is a lot. It's like a serfdom. Um, so definitely doable to do. I don't know. I need to play some more Persia. It's my favorite nation, but I haven't played it. After many of their nerfs, I still, every time I have a Palton cavalry and it only has one range, I just rage quit and never come back.
It doesn't deserve the nerf though.
Of course, they deserve the nerf, but it's just very sad because all my muscle memories, like I assume, like I have a swarm of Paltons and they get, then I'm like, what the fuck? Why can't you hit anything? Oh, right, because you only have one range now. And then I look
Yeah.
around for hills or fish for eagle eye promotions so I can get marksmen so I can restore them back. But no,
Mm,
they're still incredibly strong. Don't get me wrong.
very. Or the
Yeah.
scouts are next to each other up top near the camels where the Numidians are.
No party like a scout party. Of course, you can't see the
Yep.
hidden scout.
They're just standing in there enjoying the weather while
Ninja
the
it
rest of the
can
army is
Ninja can
fighting.
build a settler in 4 years in Adana. Also, ooh, this is really lucky. Zoro spawned in Adana. I don't know the
Of
math
course it
behind
did.
where Zoro spawns. I wish it would like restrict itself to the damn places I build a damn shrine, but instead it's random in any of your cities. But you couldn't ask for a better holy city just because you can pump out disciples so easily. You ideally want your holy city to be a high growth city and not a military city. It can be really awkward if it's your military city because then you're like, hmm. Also, love this coastal expansion here from Ninja. He's kind of building along the coast and getting this garrison. But yeah, this is going to potentially get some divination or some disciple action going here. He is building a second rancher, so yeah, he is going for Judaism. I got one religion, but why not have another? I mean, this is a very greedy play. Um, Generally, just even getting. I mean, if you can pull it off and you can keep all the religions happy, it can be very powerful. Double Elder Monk in your capital is like insanely good. I think Elder Monk is the strongest specialist in the game.
I don't think it's greedy. I think it's actually a very smart play. Being able to choke out your enemy from religions, especially if they have the potential of getting clerics. Like imagine if Fiddler put a cleric family, getting ready to have one of the religions, and bam, you have no religion. Now you have a whole family seat that is useless for you.
I mean, clerics have value beyond that. I mean, you can still go polytheism and enjoy the free divine rule.
That's
But
fair.
yeah, I mean, the shine clerics really shine with the 100% boost on religious buildings. But yeah, might be interesting to try like a polytheism cleric capital Persia, but it just feels like it's just not the same thing. We do have
Feels clunky a little bit.
developing right now in Parsa. He does have that settler. Curious to see whether he has cleared both city sites now. So he has the choice of either. This one's kind of awkward. You can't really grab anything with it, but potentially can get some quarries up by those mountains. And this
And
one,
he's going for the mountains.
yeah, I mean, that's not a bad one. Curious to see what will get founded up here. Um, yeah.
I am very curious on his pick. Because he already skipped a family once. Is he gonna skip it again?
I wouldn't expect him to. We'll see. I can't, for some reason, click through his event stack. Sometimes it bugs out in Simul, but does have a bunch of events there. So yeah, we're going to have turn 29 Judaism from Hati. And I think Ninja is out expanding right now. Yeah, 5-3. And yeah, he just founded this, and he's got another settler coming out here. Doesn't have another city site ready, but looks like he's healing up. And it probably, if I had to read, I presume he's going to go towards that Danish site. He does have vision of it, and that will, like generally, especially in coastal rain basin, getting proximity to the mountains is good because you can get some really nice, efficient quarries. He's also getting these elephants here. Oh no, he's building a Jerwan aqueduct on the elephants. That's an interesting choice.
Oh, oh, did he misclick?
I
Or
mean,
maybe
I
he did.
think I think a wonder is a pretty hell of a misclick. Yeah, this is an insane landowner spot up here. You can just you have the cheap specialists and like nom nom nom, the marble of the game.
Yeah, all of those would be very nice for landowners, but
Yeah,
I'm very curious about that German aqueduct. I will definitely be asking him questions on why he did that over there specifically.
yeah. I mean, these
It
aren't
does
great
give
farm
him
file. Go ahead.
it, it does give him that 5 farmers specialist, so
Yeah,
not
I
just
mean,
3 or 2 or 4, it's 5.
yeah.
The
I mean,
tiles themselves.
the tiles themselves suck, but the reason you do it is for the specialists for the science. Ideally, the Jerwan play is honestly best in Sage's city because you get twice the science for it's 10 science. But if you wanted a
Yeah.
Jerwan, like up here is a much better. It's all lush,
Yes,
right?
right
So
there is gonna do the job a lot more in
yeah,
Lucina.
yeah. So that's an interesting choice for Jerwan. Presume it's not a misclick because I feel like starting a wonder would be a very odd misclick. All right, let's see what
It'll
is
be a
our
hilarious one.
let's see what he does family wise. Um, yeah, it's not in a landowner city either, so you won't get even the cash from the farm. So like you should, when you have landowners, Jerwan, not as crazy as it is for sages, but with landowners you get the cash, right? And it scales the cash. I think the landowner cash scales with the specialist, right?
And he skips a family again for
Okay.
Fiddler.
Well, this isn't a bad statesman site with the marble, the barley growth and civics are good for statesmen, and he can start mining that. So like, yeah, interesting. That's
Well,
true.
these
Scientific
families
points
are
out
not happy.
he wanted the wonder and built it where he could. There are no other weak wonders available, so that is the only weak one available. Honestly, though, personally, Ishtar or Necropolis could be very good. Necropolis lean into the civics advantage of Hati. Ishtar is just hard to pass up in Ishtar. Or just save for a strong wonder. Museum is on the board. Mausoleum is on the board. And then we do have a Heliopolis and a Pantheon. It is it's the one of the only mountain tiles that he can reach right now. So I guess he could have done like a 4 tile journey up here, but yeah. Yeah. That is. I mean, it's 5 science, but you have to build the farms. That's a lot of orders to invest. But yeah, I mean, 5 science helps. 5 science is more than 10% for his empire. But yeah, do landowner farms scale by? Do farmers get scaled by the landowner bonus? I think so, right? Yeah, they do. Yep. So you get 5.5 extra gold per farmer. So yes, or Jabal Barkal, or however you pronounce it, Jabal Barkal. In any case, not a bad play. Just kind of a curious one. Also, just as an elephant lover, you're destroying the elephants, which is sad. Okay, so we got another settler. Loving the settler timing here. He's always has a settler ready for his city sites, and it looks like he is going for this Danish site, expecting a found of landowners up here. Personally, could have done Jerwan Aqueduct on one of these tiles as well. Yeah.
The opening from Ninja is eclipsing the opening from Fiddlers. I'm
Yes.
curious about how Fiddlers respond to it in the mid game.
Yeah, he's at
Right
5.
now, I'm not seeing anything that he can do.
He is definitely falling behind. The early turns of the game, of course, are among the most important. You don't want to play them too fast. But you want to also know what you're doing with them. Each of those orders matters a lot. I think the sort of best advice I could give to people to want to get better in multiplayer is just fire up a game, no AI. There should be tribes, normal settings, and then just play 50 turns, and then do it again. Play 50 turns, do it again, or even 30 turns. Like get that early game rhythm. Um, yeah, get that early game rhythm. And yeah, so this is a. I think you were commenting earlier, Nizar, that traders are kind of lackluster on Coastal Rain Basin, but as you can see here, like
It's
traders and
showing me
landowner together are very strong and really helping the cash economy here. And like, I honestly think discipline is slightly overtuned right now. Personally, that's kind of my lean because like his leader alone is giving 192 from all that discipline. So, but traders also help. That's another reason I love trader capitals because it scales your builder's income. Like I'm just going to click through here. If he put his builder here, that'd be an extra 30 gold on top of what he's getting, whereas his builder is giving him 33 thanks to scaling the landowners. So
it's showing me how wrong I am, and I love when these players show me how wrong I am.
he gets the young hostage and took a citizen in Hutusa, which puts it up to 3. Aristocracy coming up here. So we're going to see a second law and then a border boost, potentially with a lot of cities. And look, he's already cleared this site and founded that. So we're up to 6 cities for Ninja versus 4 for Fiddler. He's starting another apprentice acolyte, which is a interesting choice. I guess he wants to get some culture here. This is a pretty big border boost before he picks the tech. We can see it once he picks, he won't. So that will expand all this game for that landowner city, get lots of nice specialists, some marble there, and he is taking the border boost as expected. Does that
There is no
ambassador
other deck to
available?
take. This is the best deck that he can get, to be honest. That
Yeah,
border boost.
yeah. I
If,
mean,
with the
bonus
amount of
card.
cities he have,
Yeah, usually I tend to get aristocracy early, but even a 3 or 2 city border boost is worth it in my opinion. Of course, the 6 city border boost is very nice, and he does have ambassador available, but his family opinion is in pretty good shape, and neither of these ambassadors is particularly good. This one is actually worse than this one because negative religion opinion is not good to have.
how is he gonna juggle between both of these? Well, not both, all of these three religions.
Mm. His,
It's gonna be a fun mini game that he has to deal with.
oh, did he found
I'm
Judaism?
curious.
Yes, he did. It found it
Yes.
here. His heir is also a hero. I think
Oh, we're
this
gonna
was
see a
from
launch offensive.
I think this was from the Rebel Phase event. Indeed, he became a hero. This is another advantage of a builder start. You can get your opposite archetype. So some of the opposite archetypes are pretty good combos, like builder into hero, schemer into judge is another good one. Or judge into schemer is not as great. So sometimes those opposites are particularly good. Scholar into zealot is another one potentially. Ones where you sign of like Rebel Phase. I don't know how often Rebel Phase fires. It does lately. It seems like it's been firing everywhere. But yeah, we might
I
see some
feel
launch
like
offensive.
the competitive setting itself causes a bunch of specific events to fire a lot more than others. So that's
Possible.
something that I think is happening, but it's
Very, very
understandable.
possible.
We're disabling a lot of
Yep.
settings that or events.
So
But back to the
interestingly,
game.
interestingly, Ninja is weaker but learned from Persia's perspective. Persia did end up building a lot of troops. He now has 3 slingers here and is building 2 more warriors. So some military buildup for Persia, and is getting that navigation to get more orders. Orders for the Order God, and is attacking the Gauls, and the Gauls decided to raid him. So should be able to clear this pretty easily. Notice he's got that tactician, so those slingers are hidden. Really curious. He's building that settler for his 5th city, which this militia has been sitting for a long time, waiting for that to clear. And yeah, warriors out of statesman sites. He is slowly improving this fish. In contrast, if we take a look over here, Ninja has all those fish already improved. Hasn't improved the sheep yet, which we'd love to see that to get that pasture up and running. Although it looks like he's doing some tile buying this way with urban. Hurts to pave over some great lumber mill sites, but uh, Old World's a game where you have to do what you can do now. And having a coastal movement is going to be very powerful, especially because we've got these great river connections up here. And unfortunately, nothing is connected to his capital yet, but he has started some road building with his labor force, which is another good choice here. So he's building this river, and once he builds that, all those cities will become connected. And connected, of course, reduces maintenance costs by 10% and gives you 2 growth and 1 happiness.
Real quick, just go back to Fiddler's empty city site real quick on the right side. I want you to look at the two scouts looking at that city site right then and there. This is why that militia is over there right now, by the way. Because like, just imagine the feeling. Just imagine him watching it right now and thinking, man, I'm so happy I left that militia over there. Because those scouts would have really disturbed his plans.
Yeah, but I
Because
mean, I think the answer there is really don't build a militia, but it's rather like imagine if he had just
I
built a
know,
settler out of that site right away, and then it could have been a
yes,
city a long time ago.
I
But
agree
yes,
with you on that one, but it's about the feeling of it all.
sure.
So the paranoia of it all.
Yeah, but I think you can definitely be too paranoid, and that ends up hurting you. So like, yeah, I don't think a militia start is ever justifiable. He is getting a garrison in his capital, so he was only on one law, so looking for a second law, um, and potentially
Navigation
thinking
is in a turn.
Navi in a turn, that'll be the second law, and thinking about getting his unique unit out of this site. The advantage of riders here is that he will have Saddleborn, and Saddleborn gives you plus 25% attack while flanking. That said, it is pretty challenging to flank, although horse units are better than anyone else at it. But generally, the way people align their units makes it pretty hard to flank, but it can be really good when you pull it off. All right, meanwhile, over on Ninja, we do have that border boost. Nom nom nom, look at those beautiful borders. Expecting him to also go for navigation here. Monasticism will also play, but honestly, like I would expect navigation. Orders just are such a big force multiplier. Um, and he did found
I,
Judaism, and he's now having to balance religions none of his families has converted. Go ahead.
I'm hoping that he goes for the greedy play with
Monasticism.
monasticism.
Yeah.
Yes,
He could. Definitely an option. Doesn't have really great religion spread and probably should figure out which religion he wants to be his primary. Both of them are only in one city. Um, so sometimes you can get an event off a second religion to give you a disciple, but it looks like he didn't get it or didn't choose that event, that option. Family opinion is okay. No, oh, he actually has a good ambassador available now. 2 wisdom diplomat. He should assign this dude as his ambassador to get that sweet 1.2 culture per city.
oh, that's perfecto.
He does go
All right, we
navigation.
got spooked wheel for Persia.
Other choices were drama, compo, and steel. Um, Spoked wheel, okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure Hati already has phalanx, so he's going to be going full horse Persia. Honestly, I don't know that now with a unique unit being like not as ranged as it used to be. It's still ranged, but only has one range. I don't know that I would go chariot Persia just because, um, yeah, like your unique unit kind of fills the same spot as the chariot.
It it does what it needs to do. Maybe he's going for the chancellor.
Chancellor play
Maybe.
could be good. Does he have any good Chancellor candidates? Let's take a look. I know Frederick loves the early Chancellor for growth play. One of these buttons is Chancellor. No good Chancellor candidates. No one with high
There we
wisdom.
go.
What's up?
You got it. Um, you were looking for it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which
Um,
which tab it's in? Yeah. So some spearmen coming out. Triple spearman build from Ninja. So he's got a great economy here. Has been doing a really good job. Let's take a look at the improvement count actually, because I'm really impressed. I got to say,
think
I'm really impressed with his early game. 24 improvements to 13. He's got 2 farms, 5 mines, a quarry, 5 pastures, 2 camps, and 2 nets. Versus just 2 mines, a quarry, 5 pastures, a camp, and 2 nets. So
yes,
he's
Ninja
doing
is eclipsing Fiddler when it comes to economy right now.
Yeah, so he is weaker right now, but I think that's going to change very quickly as soon as these 3 spearmen pop out. Fortunately, Hurricane here, but fortunately it just damaged this worker, and then looks like he already repaired the shrine, and then it also damaged these nets, which he will repair as well. So triple spearmen will make short work of the Numidians, who are in the middle of the map. So I'm expecting Ninja to be here in about maybe 10 turns or so. Presume he's still building settlers somewhere. There should be a settler coming out somewhere. Yep, got one here. I think I would love to see the settler coming out of Adana and the spearman out of here instead, just because the growth is insane in this city. Yes, very glad that Ninja joined this tournament. And as Scientific points out, he's a very skilled player and just had a kind of unlucky matchup against a very skilled player as well in this first round. So expecting Ninja to do well and prevail in the lower bracket here. All right, so Fiddler has cleared this southern city site here and does not have a settler for it. I presume the settler is going to be for the city site. So yeah, these fish are improved. So I think I would have preferred a settler here. And then ninja-wise, I think I also would have preferred a settler here just because the growth in that city is so much better than that city. Wait, what? Why is this only at 12 growth? Why is this only at 12 growth? This seems really low. 12 growth, Elder Shopkeeper.
Um,
Oh, because the hurricane's going on and the fish are disabled.
yes.
Okay. I didn't realize the hurricane actually disables the fish. Minus 100% output. Okay. So, yeah, that's why. Because that was a 4-year settler slot. Okay, he's clearing here. He's dealing with his Vandal raid. First raids of the game apart from event raids after turn 30. Navi on the way. Not seeing that ambassador. Would love to see that ambassador being adopted. Family opinion for Ninja is pretty good. Still no third family for Fiddler. So that's a lot of discontent turns that he's been taking. So, yeah, I mean, you can definitely delay the third family, but I don't know that I would delay it this much. And I'm also not sure what he's delaying it for at this point. I can understand like having sages as your 5th city just to hope for a better tech. But yeah, he's got the Securing Peace event, which is tribal invasion, peace into tribal invasion. And then this Daring Escape, which is also a peace event. So we have 2 ways of making peace. Oh no, okay, never mind. Spearman in Parsa or a court soldier. That's actually a tough
A
choice.
spearman?
I don't know. I think it's a tough choice. He does have 2
Chinese
courtiers. He does have 2 courtiers, so I think I would agree with the spearman. Hard to pass up a free military unit. But courtiers are
It
also very
really
good.
is, yes.
Courtiers are also very good. He does have this perfume from an event, but has not assigned it to any cities. It's easy to forget about assigning luxuries, but it can really accelerate. I would love to see it, for example, put in Tus to speed up the culture, especially since there is no culture in this city at all. I'd also love to see a shrine being started there to get some culture going, since pagan religions. Of course, he doesn't have divination, so I guess that's why there's no shrines. Never mind. Yes, Persia
It's an
is at 29 orders because Persia doing Persia things. Uh, Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting move for him to go for booked wheel, to go for navigation early on. It feels kind of a little bit on the greedy side. Divination is just too important to pass up on, even if you're not gonna go for the religion. Zoroastrianism, you're not going for Judaism, you still need that pagan religion to be able to manage some of the opinions. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering how it's gonna hurt him in the long term. Because right
And
now, his families are not looking that happy with him.
no, and it'd only get worse. And he has delayed that 3rd family seat, which is also making it a little harder. All right, navigation available here. The Jerwan Aqueduct is complete. Let's get a money shot of that beautiful Jerwan Aqueduct. Look at that water just
Look how
flowing there. So
beautiful it
pretty.
is.
Yep, now we just need some farms around it. And we'll be in business, which hopefully we'll see some built. He looks like he does have some markers for all those farms, so I think it was an intentional move. It would be really funny if it was a misclick. It'd be like, oh wait, why? What? That camp is an aqueduct? What? But I presume just sealing all the stone missing would have also been. Yeah, he's going to start these farms, and then he's clearing these Vandal Raid, getting Stone Boost. Really hard to pass up Stone Boost. Also, it's another great bonus card. I think Stone Boost and Border Boost are the 2 early bonus cards that I think you pretty much should take if you can. He did also get a free Spearman event, I think. Or no, he just built a Spearman, even better. And then looks like we've got a power-hungry general who became an engineer or swift. And inspiring or robust? What would you pick for your rider seat? Inspiring or robust?
Inspiring
Inspiring, get
to
that
get that
culture up and
developing
running.
faster.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep,
yeah. And yeah, now
I would go
with
for.
Fiddler is now similar and naive, and is pretty far behind science-wise. Science. Let's take a look at the science graph. Ninja is zoomed ahead despite starting with a builder leader. versus a
Wow, that's
tactician
a
leader.
huge difference.
Intelligent, I mean, part of this is intelligent, right? Intelligence is giving him science in every city, right? So
It's
Apadana gets 2 science there because they're culture. So, like, I'm just going to do quick math here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 science before scaling from intelligence. But he's also gotten a lot of specialists. And yeah, 50
and this is
science on turn,
double.
54 science on turn 30 science check here, 46 science to 28. So 50 science on turn 30 is a good benchmark to hit for. And Ninja's making scientific proud. That'd be another fun video idea, scientific benchmarks for a turn. Yes, the Elder Shopkeeper also contributing there with and all those acolytes as well. And he has built some acolytes everywhere. Acolytes are pretty good as a source of culture as well. So they do help.
Uh, They're both clearing the same camps, relatively speaking, on the opposite side of the map.
Yep.
So they're gonna meet soonish.
Yeah, I think probably 10 turns or so until they collide. And then we might see a quick resolution because Spoke Chariots running into Spearmen is going to be really, really, really unpleasant for Fiddler. Speaking of really, really, really unpleasant, we got this ginormous earthquake that has pillaged a bunch of improvements. Looks like 3 or 4 improvements, done a bunch of damage to a bunch of units. Yeah, this is a pretty painful earthquake. Also tanked his stone income thanks to the earthquake, because the earthquake causes minus stone per urban tile, and that's a lot of urban tiles there. Yeah, these earthquakes are big. And 1 turn away on that settler, and we'll find and another settler. So he did finally start another settler, but yeah, that's a pretty rough earthquake, and we are on very rare calamities. So
Alright, Ninja clears out that camp really fast. Fiddler, is he gonna be able to do the same?
presume he's busy dealing with the earthquake at the moment, and just reeling
Uh,
from that. But like, he should be able to clear this camp pretty straightforwardly. Indeed, there he goes. He can kill it with his unit and get that XP on his leader. So we've
and
got
that
robust, swift besieger as well. So
that
part
is
part of the
awesome to see.
part of the order advantage from Persia is also robust. So yeah, I don't know if there's an easy way to like get robust from an event in a semi-guaranteed way. It's a good question to research. I don't think there is, but yeah, it's always nice. Early robust is very welcome. Just to and blessed be King Frates the lion.
With
Yeah,
that bandana on his head.
yep.
Love it.
Love it. And Persia is back to stronger versus Ninja, but Ninja has, I think, the superior
He's
science.
learned though.
Yeah, and he's learned. Yep, and he's cleared that site. And then we've got another settler started here. At Spearman's finishing, I think this really should have been a settler. Look at, he's continuing to pave the coast here with our urban. And we do have another Vandal raid coming up, but fortunately all these units could just swing south. And then, yeah, all that's left here in the north is the thing. We do have kind of an interesting map thing. We've got the Elephant Pass is the only way around these mountains. And otherwise, the mountains kind of divide the map in two. It's an interesting map.
Right
Yeah.
now we're looking at 6 cities for Ninja versus 4 for Fiddler. About to be 7 cities for Ninja.
Yep,
And
but
Fiddler still doesn't have a real response to that.
yeah, but Fiddler's got two more settlers on the way, so he'll get up to 6 here. Just a little bit slower. And yeah, the Builder Highway and Coastal Rain Basin. Really love to see this. Like this is, I think, if you can pull it off, not every Coastal Rain Basin works, but like coastal movement is just so much better. And like, yeah, you might have to keep paving a long way, and his builder might not live long enough for him to do so. But notice Ninja just cleared this site and instantly had a settler ready to go to settle it. So which you love to see. There's no need to hang around to hold the site. The settler will just build the city, and then you go from there. And then he's cleared that vandal. Now we'll probably head south and clear the next vandal. Expect a worker start here. Let's see what he does. Let's take a look at the worker count. 7 for Ninja versus 4 for Persia. And Nizar, yep, if you need to duck out, that's totally fine. I can solo cast here. Or if
I
anyone from chat,
apologize, everyone. If anyone, yeah, have a wonderful night, everyone.
take
And
care.
I'll be watching actually.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks for joining. Yeah, if anyone wants to hop on for a co-cast, by all means, let me know, and I can just call you on Discord and and co-cast. I think the game does not have a password on it, so you should be able to observe pretty straightforwardly. Right, so solo casting in Simul here. We've got, yeah, he's just going to destroy these Vandal Raiders pretty easily and clean up the Vandal site. And then he's got a settler in 4 turns ready to go here. And he's continuing to build urban over this way, which, I mean, more power to him. Like, given the river network, can pretty much get everything down to here very quickly, and then you can just run it east along the coast, and you've got amazing, amazing movement, much better than like going over this pretty nasty hilly terrain here or through the desert. And let's see here. Ooh, he is a little bit risk of death here, but should be fine. I think he just needs to heal up, and then meanwhile pull some of the other units down here to kill. Might be better to retreat. We'll see. Tech-wise, he did just get Mill Drill, so that will help. He did finally finish the Spearman, but 3-year settler there, which is kind of wild. I'm curious to see what he does tech-wise here. He could do citizenship, a monasticism, which probably is worth grabbing considering he's got double religions at this point. Drama is also good to get. Compo, I mean, these are all good choices, but they go in very different directions depending on what you want to do with the game. Compo is probably the most immediately aggressive one, gets you that ballista, and lets you get archers, which will be very helpful. Citizenship, if you want to go for a scholarship play, monasticism, if you want to get some monasteries up, and drama, of course, if you want to get some Odeons and poets and stuff. Meanwhile, over here on Fiddler, he's 2 years off Spoked Wheel. He has founded hunters, so his 3rd family is hunters. Presumably he's going to clear this site. Also found hunters up there with that triple game because this is not a particularly huntery site. I guess it might be with these camels and elephants. Hunters do get that plus 100% from camps, which of course increases your order output. He does have another settler ready to go here and 2 more city sites ready to clear. But in contrast to Ninja, doesn't have another settler ready. He only has 1 more. He needs 2 more for that. And this one's building a fisher. I don't particularly love the rural specialist fisher. It is a lot of civics. It's 60 civics, and it's not that great as a specialist. I don't think I build sea tile water specialists except for pearls and dyes, luxury resources. And yeah, he's continuing to farm up here, getting those farmers up, continuing to increase his science. He's got a pretty big science lead, more than doubling, 26 to almost 60. Does have the ambition to establish the state religion, presumably saving his orders, and he did go monasticism, which makes sense because he's going to have a state religion here. His Zoro has not spread, sadly. His Judaism has spread. It's a little awkward, but he does the ambition, and ambition's a good enough reason to go ahead and grab that. And we've got the spearman on the way here, continuing to build another spearman. We do have a judge in the trader seat. Yep, thank you, Sign, for pointing that out. Which is going to, here, he's getting a fisher, and he's rushing the fisher with his money. Totally okay with that. I just wouldn't hard build the fisher. That's continuing to stack growth in this seat. We're up to 34 growth. Fishers, 2 fishers already, so probably going to get another fisher once he gets the citizens for it. Love to see the judge in the trader seat. Good use of governors is definitely a skill, that balance of 100 civics. And yeah, he's going clear this Vandal site, and he's going to clear it, and has 2 years of settler away. So he has, at this point, once he settles that in 2 years, turn 40, will have settled his side of the map and have 8 cities. Meanwhile, Fiddler is at 6. Although he has cleared his side of the map already, actually a little bit faster, but just doesn't have the settlers for it. And oh, it hasn't cleared his side of the map because he hasn't cleared that spot up there, which Ninja has cleared. So incorrect statement there, sorry. So much food for Hati. Yep, 166. Part of this is just the trader capital with those fish settlers. That's insane scaling. Each of those fish and fisher is 20, so 40. And the best part about that is they are drought resistant, right? So if there's a drought, these fish will continue to provide food. good use of the trader seat here. Yeah. Though again, would have loved to see this as the trader seat for that silver. And then even if you did want a Jur-1, traders of course do get 2 gold per year per specialist. So those free specialists are also cool to get. So I guess there's the Sage's Jur-1 trick, and then there's also the landowner Jur-1 trick with landowner farms, and then there's the trader Jur-1 trick because the money per specialist, free specialists. All right, he's getting some camels for camps, some granary, because we've got tons of stuff here. Already has a farmer up here, building a settler here. Interesting. So he's got another settler ready. So he's gonna go for another city site, which means he's gonna take the middle of the map. He's getting monasticism and spoked wheel here for I think 27 science, a pretty big science difference. Part of that is intelligence. Part of that is also just the number of specialists here. We can take a look here at the specialist count. We've got Ninja with 11 specialists and Fiddler with 0. So 11 specialists. The farmers are each 1. So Ranger, Farmer, Fisher, each of that's 6 specialists. Then the Apprentice Acolytes are 2 science each. So that's 8. So 8 plus 6, 14. And then Elder Shopkeepers 4. So 19 science. For Ninja coming from his specialists before scaling from cities. So that's a significant chunk. If you didn't have those 19, let's say 20, you'd only be at 37 science. And part of that is intelligence. So intelligence and specialists are the difference maker here in the science. They're intelligent and specialists. And yes, Hati does have that beautiful, beautiful +2 civics in all cities, which makes building specialists just that much easier. Although he is just hard building them here, or not hard building. He'd buy them with the judge, which is great because again, fishers ideally want to avoid, and he's getting some workers because why not get some workers? 1 turn worker seems pretty good. Surveyor workers, trader workers, so good, so good. Trader workers will let you road more easily, although doesn't really need to road because he's just continuing to pave the coastline, and intelligently also got this shrine here, which is. It's the adjacent resource shrine. Okay, I thought it was the water shrine. I don't think Hati has the water shrine. It would be really nice if this is the water shrine with all that water. Another spearman here, settler, spearman. So Ninja is Fiddler is similar and primitive. Ninja does have vision. Fiddler here, he sees this clear city site. He also has a scout that fortunately didn't get killed by boarders, just sitting here. Not actually sure how that scout got hidden there. Maybe got bumped by something and then a city found it, but usually I thought cities founding. Yeah, we will see here. Let's see what we do have. Spoked wheel complete, and now we're getting divination over here in Persia, and he's getting some more racks up. Some sheep, and despite spoked wheel, I don't actually see him building any chariots yet. Not that building chariots into spears is a good idea. He does have pretty good vision thanks to this scout. He can see what's going on. And sees a bunch of spears and warriors that are ready to be upgraded into spears, and more spears going this way. And yeah, these spears are going to do very short work of the Numidians. So I think he's beginning to realize he might be in trouble at this point, because he was stronger, and now Ninja is similar and erudite. Never something you want to see. And we do have a raid here against Ninja from the Numidians, which he should be able to handle, presumably. He might need to pull a unit or 2. This spearman should be out in time, actually. And this spearman will definitely be out in time. And he did build that road, so all his cities are now connected, which is, of course, really nice to have for that growth there. And let's take a look at Fiddler to see how he's doing on city connections. I guess the button I'm looking for is Trade Network Overlay, B. Not very good. Only his capital has been connected. He does have labor force available. He did opt for freedom early, but he has not built any roads. So we'd love to see a road to get connected. Connected is such a big difference maker, especially early on. That early growth helps for building workers, because you're building workers everywhere pretty much early on. Very important to get connected. Very easy to not remember to do so. All right, we're on turn 40, about an hour 18 in, so both players are playing pretty quickly with this constant simul action. Love to see nice fast-paced game. The final farm, final farms for Jur-1 Aqueduct are going up here. 3 years off monasticism. We've got this Numidian Unity event. I don't know this event chain. yeah, there's a new Numidian leader, and I don't know what the choices there are. He also has a spearman. He's got this strange event where he can, or it's not strange event, but like the spearman adopts a religion. I don't really quite understand this one because I would never want to spread religion with a military unit because it removes the military unit. And then Judaism can spread. Curious to see what he'll choose here. Might be worth influencing the patriarch because he's kind of pissed off at him. This will solve a lot of unhappiness to the patriarch and make Judaism happy as well, because unhappy religions can cause dissent, and that's kind of annoying to deal with. Ninja is cooking, yes. B for the trade network. Look at this beautiful, beautiful trade network. Just this city isn't connected, but guess what? It's a rider city, so it is connected. So smart choice to found riders there. The horses, of course, also help. He's got a make peace with a tribe ambition. Not sure he's going to be able to do that, given the Numidians are the last one left. So he might. I don't know that he should go for this ambition. I think he should, just kill the Numidians and settle on them. But we'll see. Maybe he can get peace out of an event. All right, let's see what's going on over here. Persia, fortifying a warrior here. Don't love to see that. He is not really pushing forward, which maybe is correct at this point, given the quality of troops out there. But he must know he's behind in tech because he sees that he's erudite, so sitting back passively is not going to help. You do not want to be in a situation where your opponent is ahead of you on tech and has more cities. It is not great to be behind in tech, but if you must be behind in tech, have a stronger army and more cities, and then go kill him. But yeah, like sitting back with fewer cities and being behind in tech and a smaller army is like there's three things. You must either have more cities, bigger army, or more tech. You ideally want all three. If you don't have one of them, you want the other two. Otherwise, things get really, really dicey. So finally, divination, pretty late divination from Persia and monasticism here. Turn 40 monasticism, which I think is a reasonably timed monasticism. Greedy monasticism would be like turn 30. But yeah, he's got racks up. He's building stuff, improving his empire. Really good economy. Really good choices, I want to say, in terms of just... I don't see very many flatland quarries, but it's pretty good stone income. Yeah, this marble is unimproved, which I cry a little bit inside. Yeah. Oh, interesting. The rider city got the game. So this landowner city, well, he can get those farms up. He does have another settler here, and that raid is coming. So he has this spear here, so maybe he'll move that spear to deal with raid. And look at this nice river movement. He doesn't have rhetoric yet, but he is very close to 4 laws. And monasticism actually will be his 4th law. We might see a swap here to turn-based soon. Very good vision for Ninja, what's going on, and solid vision as well for Fiddler of what's going on. Where is Fiddler's second scout? Fiddler's second scout is kind of just chilling over here. I would love to see that move west. Hati does have slavery enacted. Slavery, centralization, and serfdom. And yeah, some of this is the power of slavery. In fact, slavery is 4+4 everywhere for slavery. And then, of course, +4 everywhere for slavery. Yeah, so he just doesn't have very many quarries or mines, but he's using slavery for that. I do like the early game slavery if you Rex hard. But the food income is also insane, and the money just piling up, which, like, he's been using this judge to rush stuff. I don't know that he has very many other judges. He does have a judge here, so he potentially, once he gets these barracks up, could get some elder specialists if he wants to hard build. Judge usage and judge balance is a good thing to do. Yeah. So I think freedom, of course, does help you expand a little more quickly. But it's hard to pass up the benefit of slavery once you have expanded quickly. 8 city slavery is 32 plus 32 plus 32. So yeah, pretty much all his iron and stone income is coming from slavery. And he moved this slinger up here to deal with the raid and would expect... looks like the spearman is coming here south. So he's going to keep pushing. He paved over some barley, and he's just going to keep pushing with coastal movement. So this is actually very, very interesting. He has made a tribal alliance as well. He got an event for a tribal alliance with the Numidians. So he now has all their vision. He can, if he desires, control their units, and importantly, he can just settle on their lands by buying it for 900 gold. And he has lots of money. So he doesn't have to kill these Numidians. And he did finish his ambition with a tribal unit. I missed what the event is. He could get autonomous rule and Zenobia, which is probably okay for one city. Autonomous rule. And Zenobia is just so good. I think she's a courtier that has no family, which means you have a judge, you can move anywhere. It's kind of like Cato. And yeah, he did get that tribal alliance. So this is, I presume, through some event chain. I really need to better understand that event because I don't know what that event chain is. Maybe Scientific knows if he's still in chat. I think it was like there was a new leader and you could send them gifts or something. I think so one of those can end up. Or maybe it was through the spouse that he got. He took a wife who's Numidian. I don't remember when he married her. She's 34, so presumably pretty recently. But yeah, tribal alliance. And also got the peace ambition complete. So he's completed 3 ambitions and is now going for 8 shrines and has will presumably enact polytheism once he gets the civics for it. Yeah, so can easily found on those Numidian sites, and of course those units won't go away. When he founds, they'll continue to protect the city site, which is kind of cool. I don't know whether they slowly fade away or not. Yeah, pretty dominant position now for Ninja. That tribal alliance must be pretty scary, and he's continuing to pave here with 3 workers, so he's going to just pave all the way over here. And then, yeah, this game is probably over in 10 to 15 turns, I think. Might be a very quick one here. Meanwhile, Fiddler is founding here, which is very reasonable, and still has not cleared this site. So Ninja is on 8 cities with the ability to found for money in the middle 2. He is building a settler somewhere, presumably, maybe. No, we swapped over to full. He's getting a Zoroastrian disciple here now that he can build. Now he can build monasteries. Would have loved to see that disciple a little earlier, so you can just start with monasteries. But 1 year disciple also because we've got an insane 37 growth in this city. Whoa, 37 growth, the power of traders. Yeah, looking really good here for Ninja. And I think you're right, Scion. He just wanted to get that early science out of there. Still a little curious about that early Jur one, but yeah, nothing else is particularly close. We got developing. Could have also seen Ishtar potentially, or would love to see Ishtar. I will convert to Tight now, which is never something you want to see from your opponent. It means I am about to come kill you. Are you okay with that? So, and yes, steal in 3 turns. His other choices were Polis, Spoked Wheel, and Coinage. So I think steal there is a spinner. Or I mean, honestly, I would have probably picked Polis. Battle Line is also an option, although you can't upgrade spears to maces, which is a little awkward. So I don't know that. Yeah, and it looks like he's just going spears. All right, it is on Fiddler's turn here, and we are in tight. Whew. Yeah, this is definitely tight, tough to face. Turn 40 with, he sees Ninja is similar in erudite and has good vision here, so he's not going to not see what's coming. Ninja just paving with that builder leader, which love to see the coastal movement pavage from builder. Definitely great tech to see, and one of the things only builders can do. Yeah. And that tribal alliance is just the icing on the cake. Because these are very highly upgraded units. He can move them if he wants, but they of course only have one fatigue, which is kind of not great. I think 2 fatigue if he somehow recruits them. And he does have this warrior. Which bait warrior? The one on the city site? Or, oh no, this one. This bait warrior. Yeah, Ninja's saying, hey, look, it's a free warrior. Come kill it. There's nothing that can go wrong. You totally want to kill this warrior. And of course, wisely, Fiddler is not taking the bait. He is fortifying. Yeah, he's getting some slingers. He does have a chariot on the way, which is going to have a painful time. Unfortunately, he only has 2 laws. Lots of civics in the bank, though, so he can rush stuff. But Ninja should have 4 laws in a second here once he gets monasticism. And then once he does, he can produce his unique unit in, awkwardly not here. Did he ever import horses? Let's check. He has not imported horses, so we'd love to see an import horses here because I don't think he has horses there. He doesn't have horses here either. All right, let's see what Ninja does. Exciting. 1 hour, 30 minutes into the match, turn 43. We might have some early combat here. He's continuing to pave. He's probably going to pave these poor horses as well. So sad. That makes sense. He's grabbed the horses now. Has fish. Also trader here, which is great. Can share workers between this. Yeah. Looks like Fiddler will be able to found here. Does Fiddler have another settler? He does not, so he's not going to be able to settle this city site, even though there's a tribal alliance there. Yeah, I think he's just going to pave over the horses in a completely heartless way. I mean, he's already freaking paved over elephants with the Jerwan aqueduct, which is unforgivable. He's probably going to pave over the horses. So, or workers helping to pave here with urban. He moved one of those workers from this city, maybe not. He is starting some monasteries. Zoroastrian monasteries. Zoroastrianism isn't just one city, so he just founded it here. He is a little civics constraint, despite being haughty. So yeah. Does have that ambassador available. Still, his queen consort. 1.2 culture per city. But I don't think he needs it at this point. Would probably much rather get that fourth law enacted so he can build his unique unit. Because one spearman, I think that was the event spearman. And no other spearmen from Persia. And just getting steel, which is the right call when you're seeing a lot of spearmen. Just going to be 8 years away, which unfortunately I think for Persia, Hati is going to say hello much sooner than 8 years. Can take a quick look at the science graph. Military score, Ninja has shot up. Just look at this graph. He was keeping pace, and now he's going up and beyond. Science-wise, we have a huge gap yawning here. Almost quadruple Fiddler's science on turn 40. Growth, culture, training, and I think part of this is also improvements. 41 improvements to 22. So he's produced 11 workers versus 4. Fiddler definitely a little too... yeah, not just 4 workers is not enough at this point. You do need to improve your lands. So this is going to be tough for Fiddler to handle, but Fiddler is a very resilient player. He did hold Mojo and then push back before finally getting pushed back. So let's see here. Ninja does have extra time if needed. 40 seconds available, 225 seconds available, so it can extend. But yeah, given the way things are looking right now, might be a short game. Yes, Hati is very rich. We can take a look at the national wealth. 10,000, and Persia not so much. 3,000 national wealth, and importantly, no iron, which is going to make upgrading to axes very, very very challenging. Family opinion, not great. And then over here for Hati, family opinion riders are very, very friendly, which means all those rider units, which is the majority of his military, are going to have that 10% strength. So let's take a look at what this spearman can do to this fortified worker, or even to the spearman. 8, yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath here. He does still have a tactician leader. Both are still on the original leader, although the tactician leader is severely ill. So we'll see if we get doomed here. And robust and swift. He does have the choice of another wife, which is a possibility here. But yeah, the Numidian Alliance is a good choice for Ninja. Like, I don't need to worry about settling these. I think Alliance turns off raids as well. Peace does not turn off raids. It turns off raids against you, but Alliance turns off all raids. So Yeah, so you can of course bring some of these units down. He is assigning generals. He has a huge training bank, which is what you want to be. You want to have 2,000 training when you're about to attack your opponent. Persia, or no, that's Persia's bank. Sorry, Ninja has 500 training, so Persia has a lot of training in the bank. Would love to see some upgrades potentially with that training, if anything, to make these units a little bit stronger, because he's in trouble. Yes, Hati did get Warlike Intelligent Humble. I think Warlike was the third trait that he got, which is also helping with his training. Chariot Fisher, hard building a Fisher here, despite having a judge available. Could definitely rush that out. Although no, can't rush that out because there's no developing. Yeah, so yeah, only hard building is a choice. Some interesting choice of flatland quarries here. Despite having some arid tiles. And of course, he has improved all those as well. No border boost card because he hasn't got an aristocracy. So definitely a much tougher spot here for Persia. 17 orders left with 55 seconds to go. He is building military everywhere he can. But yeah, really nice illustration from Ninja about the power of the early game expansion, just making good choices throughout, continuing to expand, settle, and then go say hello to your opponent when you've settled your side of the map and made a tribal alliance or peace with the tribe in the middle. No need to fight these guys. I can just go come kill you. That's what Persia does with his last order. Still 10 orders left, mostly military units left. He's got a great order economy thanks to Robust. Yeah, lots of civics in the bank as well. He is researching steel, which I think is the best out of a bunch of bad choices. Just really behind in tech at this point. Just hasn't been able to get that. And part of that is intelligent on the builder for Hati, and of course also all the specialists. I think last I checked there was 11-0 on the specialist count. And I'm not going to check right now just because we're going to see some more paving from Hati, and the borders are about to touch. Indeed, we have our first line of contact here. Yes, 4 workers is also too few, and just he urbanizes the last bit. There was no need. I guess it is a road technically. Is it cheaper than a road? I don't know whether it's cheaper than a road. I think it's the same cost, right? A road is 10 and urban tile is also 10. All right, so now he's got great movement, and of course, as he's Hati, he doesn't care about hills. Hills don't stop him. So I just want to demonstrate the power of coastal movement. Notice this spearman, approximately 10,000 tiles away over here, can hit the front line without a force march, just because coastal movement that gives you all that movement. So yeah, moves up to here between the 2 workers. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tiles that it can move, which is pretty good. You could also see Persia go with a schemer leader, I think. Get that explosive power off of riders, scouting. But yeah, builder Persia is also very good. Like I said, I haven't played much Persia lately. He does have the civics for polytheism. So curious to see whether we'll see that enacted. He does have spearmen being built everywhere pretty much, investing his stone into barracks as many places as possible. He's still up to 11 workers, getting a barracks even in his capital, continuing to build barracks. Yeah, and then these workers here. Curious to see whether we'll see some road building here. But yeah, right call from Fiddler to not push forward and take the bait from that cheeky warrior. But yeah, it's definitely going to be hard to hold here. His one saving grace is he does have a pretty significant order advantage. Not that significant, 30 to 27. I guess it just feels like an order advantage because he doesn't have enough units. And Hati is smelling blood. And unfortunately now, for Fiddler, he is showing as weaker and primitive to Ninja, which, if you're a Ninja, you're like, yes, I am at your doorstep and you are already weaker before I've attacked. So no point delaying that attack. Let's see what Fiddler does in response here with his 31 orders. He could have Judaism spread, which we probably won't want because it will cost him money to do so. And generally, you do not want your opponent's religions in your cities because then your families have a chance of converting to them. And you can't I don't think you can influence the religious head not of your family, which gets very dicey very fast because they are going to be mad at you for being at war with them. As you can see, the Zoroastrian says here they are at war with Zoroastrian nations, -40. Although Judaism is not his state religion, so you could, of course, welcome it and then potentially hope that your religious head will take over. I'm not entirely sure the mechanics on that. Generally, I try to avoid that. All right, might be a quick game here. Hour 40. And this was a dual tight wide coastal rain basin. Looks like we have initial conflict is going to be on turn 45. Chariot did get rushed, looks like with civics. So he's using some of his civic stockpile to get Chariot. Chariot having a route unit can be helpful. Unfortunately, almost all of Ninja's units are spears, so it is not going to be very useful to have that Chariot, unfortunately. If these warriors were all axes, this fight would be a lot better. Unfortunately, he's 5 turns away from steel. Yeah, I really disagree with that early spoked wheel decision. Just because it, he's family gifting to the hunters. Looks like not hunters, the riders. I guess riders have some opinion issues. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Builder Persia with clerics early and then spread out shrines in 4 cities, so you get those 4 orders off Divine Rule. That could be pretty powerful. Builder with extra orders, I guess. Like, yeah. And then, of course, if you manage to snag a religion, then you can really explore. If you have cleric cap, you can do fun stuff. Especially if you manage to get 2 religions and put some monasteries in your capital. But probably too hard to pull off realistically. He has now started roading, which is really a little late for roading. He doesn't have epics or exploration, so can't road here and take advantage of the neutral stuff. If we take a look, in contrast, Hati also can't take advantage of this neutral river because they also don't have epics or exploration. But because of border boost, a lot of this river is not neutral, whereas in Persia, it is pretty much entirely neutral most of the way. So, yeah. So, iron income is also not great for Persia, and like it's going to be really hard to upgrade into axes even when he does get iron. All right, Hati's turn. Sorry, let's flip over here. He did research steel, so he has steel, but there's really only 1 spearman from an event. So curious to see what we get. Tech-wise, I would I'd probably go rhetoric at this point, and try to go to 7 laws as quickly as I can, although how far off we're pretty far off strong. So I'm not sure rhetoric is worth the effort. Compo is also a good choice. Get that range up there. Does have the ability to upgrade his leader, presume wisdom. Yeah, he's got 21 orders. Let's see what he does here. Oh wow, he's continuing to urban, which is interesting. He's urbaning this way, which I guess is a way of spreading borders. Yeah, I'm just going to continue paving and clear cutting here. Definitely feels like this is a lot of stone at this point to invest. I could understand the coastal connection. I don't know how I feel about this. I think I would have just preferred to see a road, but I guess he wants it within his borders. Camel Archer, good choice. Gives him another ranged unit. He doesn't have very many. I think there's just a slinger hanging out here, which I think is a starting slinger. So Camel Archer, very good. Also could have made a case for comp bow, and then instead of all these extra spearmen, which I don't know that we're going to need that many spearmen, if you had started a bunch of slingers and then upgraded into archers when comp, like move them here and then upgrade and then go, I think I probably would have preferred comp bow, given the position of the game, and also built a bunch of slingers. Let's see, most places can build slingers in 5 years, and yeah, I loved this. I don't love this where now we're just urbaning into the interior. Like you can just build roads. I understand he wants to spread the border, so he's in his national territory. But that's starting to be a lot of stone to invest. Curious to see if we will see a swap to vassalage. He doesn't have the civics for it. It would save him 20 food at the cost of 4.4 science, so it's 5% science. And yes, camel archer. The borders are good, but it does feel, I don't know, maybe he's just, I'm curious to see whether he attacks into this or not, or just he sort of establishes and then settles the Numidian sites, because he does have the alliance, so he can settle. I don't see any settlers, though, anywhere, so yeah, we will see here. Definitely, and Fiddler is definitely like, the AI never does this. What is this? Yes, and if that chariot does come out, where is that chariot anyway? We did see that chariot get finished. Oh, it's rushed. It hasn't come out yet. Okay. So let's see here. 19 seconds left. He's used all his orders. Pop over to Fiddler's turn. He sees all this. He's got pretty good vision. That scout has been doing great work on that hill. This other scout has not been doing such great work. It's just chilling there doing nothing. He's got a court scheme event. Could get some wisdom. Is the choice of adopting Judaism as state religion, which maybe not what he wants to do right now. The coastal highway, we can definitely get you a pan of the coastal highway here, maybe from my way or the highway. If I can slowly pan like this, I guess. Oh, hello. Yeah. All right. So, all right, free camel archer for Hati. Meanwhile, Persia, 4 years off steel. Some scheme events. Does have this shrine being finished now. Mithra is a good shrine. It's the plus ranged level 1, which will be great timing. Here is our chariot showing up and hanging out here. Let's see, does Hati see the chariot? No, it is just outside vision. Sitting on that barracks for some extra XP. It is just not going to have a good time against these spears. The urban, of course, does give additional offense because it is plus 25% defense on urban. So definitely understand why he's paving. And hey, his leader is doomed, so make use of it while you can't. Or actually, sorry, Persia's leader is doomed. His heir is going to be a 15-year-old boy who's a tactics student. So, oh, urban denies flatland bonus from makes sense. Urban fighting is not a rolling clear field for your chariots. So, yeah, I don't know. I love the coastal highway. I'm not sure how I feel about this, especially if he keeps going with it. Then it's like that's interesting. Persia doesn't have auditors, but if he did, then that would be very anti-productive to put yourself into urban. So, yeah. We will see a tactics student who is getting tutored. He's continuing to hold the line here. A steal in 4 years. He's, I think, presuming going to build a road. Yep, he started a road this way. Roading very late, especially since all the cities are not connected. Yeah, he's getting a slinger up here. Just not looking pretty good here. At least the Numidians won't raid him. Okay, yeah, as Scientific says, now it's time to break the alliance with the Numidians. So they do raid Persia. The other option, I think, is build settlers and just settle on the Numidian spots, and then break the alliance and let them raid. I don't know if they'll raid, though, after that. I'm not sure how those interactions work. Yeah, I think does the tribe cease to exist technically and they just wander off? I don't actually know. Might be fun to try out and see how that works. Yes, Hati can control the tribal units. I presume Ninja is aware of this. Unfortunately, they only have 1 fatigue, so they are slow. But Hati could move them and like have them attack Susa as a flanking force very slowly. But yeah, good move. Actually, for some reason, it's letting me show that they only have 1 fatigue, but they can move 2. I'm not sure how that works. I guess since they're allied, they technically are as if he owns them. Maybe that's what it is. They have 1 fatigue. But yeah, that's kind of odd there. All right, he is continuing to urban here. The highway to Susa. This is kind of a flex at this point. Um, but also a good idea in that it denies, it gives his infantry extra terrain. There's, yeah, they won't raid Persia while in an alliance. Correct. Once your troops are in an alliance, they don't raid anymore because they figure you want to use their units. So they just chill out there. And it does look like Hati, at least if this is correct for the observer view, can move this too, despite it only showing 1 fatigue. So I'm a little confused there. Yes, I remember a game against Scientific where he did get a tribal alliance and then strategically broke it just as he attacked, so that they immediately decided to raid me at the same time that he was attacking me. I think it was our first game, actually, his first MP game. What a monster have. little did we know what would we unleash by saying, "Hey, you really should try cloud duels. They're really fun. You're a good player. Like, there's lots of stuff. I mean, I'll probably just completely trounce you, but like, you know." And then, of course, losing that match, I'm like, "Oh fuck, this guy knows what he's doing." Turns out, 3,000 hours of gameplay will teach you something, even if you don't do multiplayer in those 3,000 hours. So, all said with love. And yes, breaking the alliance means they will very slowly move over. So, although I think I like normal tribes for MP just because raging is just not fun to deal with. And like just like you end up fighting tribes for most of the game, and then it becomes like who better manages tribes and privileges champions even more. All right, so he is moving up troop-wise. His leader is still in good health. His heir is a hero who is currently assigned as a general somewhere over here. This is our hero, so he is waiting. He does not have the training for launch offensive, but also does not need to yet. So presumably he's just waiting on natural death there. And then potentially can have a launch offensive to seal the deal. Likely will not need it. Building some shrines. He didn't get polytheism, so he's building the military shrine everywhere, which nice to see for Hati. It's a good shrine, one of the top 3 shrines, I would say. The other being the civic shrine and the order shrine. And of course, you know who gets all 3, Assyria. So just Assyria things. Kush also get all 3. So yes, without ranged units, I agree. Launch offensive is very meh, just because you don't have anything for things that are not on the front line. Although he will have a ranged unit here with this camel archer, and this slinger is making its way down here as well. But yeah, mass spears here. Fiddler at this point is sees Ninja as. Let me actually swap over to Fiddler's view. Fiddler sees Ninja as stronger and erudite. His chancellor has died. His families are not in happy opinion. And he has his new leader, who is a scholar regent, presumably. Yes, this is a scholar regent for the king. So he has a righteous, unfortunately drunk scholar regent, which is not helping family or religious opinion. Yeah. We will see here. I haven't pulled this off, but I would love to do a 6 onager launch offensive just to show the power of that, but requires a lot of setup because you have to move the onagers into position, unlimber, wait a turn, and then launch offensive. And presumably your opponent will see that happening and GTFO or go kill the onagers. But would be really fun just because, yeah. Right, Persia assigning some generals. He does have, he's using the forest here to hide these slingers. So Hati won't see that. Let's take a look at what the vision is for Hati. Hati does not see these slingers because they are invisible. Doesn't know about this chariot, but yeah, he has finally finished this road. as well. So now all his cities are connected at long last, which is helping a little bit with costs. And we'll toggle back over to Ninja. So we've got a Scholar Regent into something tactics for Persia, although it's going to be a couple years before we know what type it is. So turn 50. So he'll, at the same time he gets steel, he will upgrade this. Given that he's waiting on steel, I almost want to say he should pull back. But he is in a fortified position. So the other thing he could do is he could build forts here, make this even tankier. I think I would, if you're not going to pull back, and honestly, you've had a lot of turns seeing this coming, you can build forts. I think part of the problem is he only has 4 workers. So that's, no, he's up to 7 now, so I take that back. But yeah, would be nice to build some forts here. Then you could, it is actually going to be somewhat challenging for Ninja to break into this line, just because his units just don't do that much damage. And in forts, they would do even less damage. So yeah. Forts are really good. Forts definitely saved my bacon in my game. They let my units be tankier than they otherwise would be. Okay, wow, that is a unnecessary urban at this point. I don't know how I feel about that one. I guess it's technically still a road, but yeah. All right, we are just paving over here. Yes, if Persia managed to get to steel and Lux into a hero leader, he does have a huge training bank of 1900, and maybe gets these forts up. Or even if he doesn't get the fort, steel could be very dangerous. If he can get steel and then get compo behind it and get a ballista up, that could also be really good off the free ballista card. It's definitely not over, but it's not looking good. Click to show potential missions. Okay. Which I guess is the same as just left clicking. Okay. All right. Let's see here. His family opinion is decent. Would not mind seeing some influences, especially on the pagan religion head. That'll bump this family up. And potentially on, although his leader's so old, so maybe not worth it. Could also see an ambassador. This guy seems pretty good. That's a net plus 45 opinion, which also would help bump these guys up a little bit, especially riders, I think. Even just influencing, he's already influenced, so yeah. Free Camel Archer. What's this event? Threat of mutiny, so he could lose slavery or take 40 trader opinion. He can afford the trader opinion, I guess. Yeah, kind of doesn't want to go off slavery at this point. Yes, I think you are correct, Frederick. Persia could wait for maces here. I don't know that he's going to be given the time to do that, and he certainly does not have the science income to get to maces anytime soon. Maces looks like it's 20 turns away at his current science income, so I don't know that he's going to get 20 turns without Ninja attacking, and now Ninja is showing us stronger and erudite, so Ninja is definitely not attacking yet. Not really sure what he's waiting for. Oh, you're saying for Hati, wait for maces? Then you just smash. Yeah, I mean, maces are an option. Another option is just getting machinery, which is a little cheaper, I think, science-wise. Maybe not, actually, because he doesn't have all those techs. So actually, maces are cheaper, because this is 600 right here. So yeah, maces are the fastest thing he could get. Let's see, he's got that free Camel Archer. We'll see what he picks tech-wise next turn. If he wanted to get Rhetoric, he could have done that. Compo, also good. Ballista would break through that line. Yeah. All right, well, let's see what... Rebel Phase event. He could get a Zealot. So he could get Zealot out of his leader, or he could have his leader become bitter. I guess it's the Rebel Phase against the Regent, so it's the opposite of the Regent's type, interestingly. So we will see here whether he takes Zealot or picks something else that comes out of the tactics student. Zealot could be interesting, although Ninja just has a lot of units. So I don't know that a couple enlists would make that much of a difference. That said, every enlist swings the battle quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know. Like if you are Persia right now and you have the choice of any of the tactics types, hero, commander, tactician, zealot, or schemer, which one do you take and why? And he did go for zealot, by the way. So obviously you can't assign that as a zealot. He is double tutoring. I don't know that's going to work because this guy's going to take the throne in 2 years. So I think this will cancel. It'll be interesting to see whether it does. But he is double tutoring this heir, thanks to the scholar regent. Scientific says he would take zealot. I have the orders to use all the movement, and every kill helps keep me alive. 106 per turn I can list every 4 years. And in fact, probably can amp it up more than 106 by turn by maybe having your statesman seat just council. Tactician doesn't feel like it's that impactful, and you don't really have the range to make launch offensive work. You need more units, and Zealot gets you more units because you enlist the enemy's units. So every kill becomes a unit for you. But yeah, otherwise hero for Sentinel Slingers. Sentinel Slingers, unfortunately, we don't have any hunters down here. In fact, we only have one very sad hunter city right there, which is awkwardly building a militia for reasons I don't understand. So we do not have any Sentinel Slingers, which makes me very sad given how much I love hunters. Really think this should have been a hunter capital, not a rider capital. All right, Hati. What is Hati going to do? He just got free Camel Archer. We can zoom in. Oh, the Camel Archer is already over here because it gets that extra pip of movement. Zoom, zoom, Camel Archer. Can play the Camel Archer sound again. Yeah, Camel Archer. All right. Just for fun, we can check how much damage this Camel Archer does. It does 9 damage to that chariot. We will see what this tech choice is. There is Battle Line available, so he can really secure himself with Maceman. He could go Doctrine for Orthodoxy, which feels not appropriate right now. He doesn't need rushing units. He needs killing stuff. Spoked Wheel. He does see one Spearman, but doesn't see any more. So Spoked Wheel for 2 years might be interesting. Although he has a unique unit and 4 laws. So, and is building a stronghold somewhere? Maybe? No stronghold. I do not see any strongholds being built. Decide 4 laws. Would love to see a stronghold because a 6 strength unique unit would be really, really good. Coinage, not really an option. So yeah, I think I'd say either Spoked Wheel or Battle Line here. Do you have a stronghold in the capital? Did I just miss it? There is a stronghold, yes. Confusingly, he's building an X-Men. Instead of a unique unit. All right, he is continuing to faff around and just decide that he is just going to pave the interior. Oh, and he has actually crossed into Persian lines, which I guess he's just going to take Susa because it's not defended, so why not? Heard the Camel Archer. Oh, the Camel Archer got a general as well. Oh, sorry, the Camel Archer sound is just too much fun for me right now. Especially all these units out of his capital do have the healer promotion. So they are a little bit tankier than they otherwise would be because they just naturally heal up. Definitely think I underrated that shrine. Still a check choice to be made here. Other stuff in the draw pile, a Polis, a training boost, could be very useful. Rhetoric, citizenship, and compo. So Yeah. Honestly, if I'm ninja at this point, I just go take Susa. I can surround the city, and I can kill it very quickly. I will either get the city for free, or he will have to break his line to come kill me. Since he probably doesn't want to break his line, I get the city for free. And if he does break the line, then all those units aren't fortified, so I just kill them. I think taking Susa would be a good call, but he's used all his orders. Would really love to see some forts from Persia. You can fort, right? Yes, forts are just behind. I think forts are just behind stone cutting, if I remember right. Yep. All right, so how will... No, I guess I should stay on a ninja to see what his tech choice is. He does go battle line. So battle line will give him a 6 strength unit. Very good. And also would love to see this axeman, once this axeman finishes, would love to see the unique unit started. And then would love to see some more strongholds, because he only has 1, despite having developing in a lot of places. So, and yeah, looks like a monastery. Zoro has spread here. 4 cities with Zoro. He's still on polytheism, doesn't have divine rule. But yeah. Path of the Nation. So he's got an ambition for barracks and ranges. That one seems pretty easy to complete. 2 Palton cavalries. Palton cavalries would actually be useful here. He has another chariot, I think. Yes, he's got another chariot here. Queen Regent. And the king. We'll see if this double tutor goes through. I'm expecting it's not, because it's the regent. But as always, knowing when to attack is the hardest part of Old World. And he is now retreating. He is fleeing the city. I guess he's pulling back his warriors so that he can upgrade them to axes. That's a smart choice. They are not damaged, so you might as well move them back so you can upgrade. I'm not sure he's going to have the eco to upgrade them. Let's see. Each upgrade, a X-Men is 100 iron. So that's 700 gold worth of iron. He can upgrade maybe 3. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that he needs to upgrade. But smart play still to pull back so they don't get damaged. And then he can upgrade to the Axeman. My fear is that Ninja will use that to take Susa, or worse, take Passagarde. Honestly, if I see... I don't know why he's pulled back the Slinger from the city. Yeah, this feel... Okay, he's just sacking both cities at this point. Not the wrong call. But yeah, he's now trading. Yeah, I mean, I think the game is lost, and I think the correct play is actually retreating here. I want to say, had he set up forts, it would have been really hard for Ninja's unit comp to attack into that, especially if he can get a zealot on a slinger, and then every time he manages to kill a unit, he can enlist it. We'll see here. Favorite Hatusan's son. Oh, he can have a judge patriarch who is a severely ill rising star. Seal it, or he has every trader union. Ooh, this is an awkward event. Because this patriarch is a rising star and is a governor and leveled up, he gets 2 rebel units in all his trader cities, which I think is just 2. And the traders hate his guts. This is a brutal event. Or he loses the throne to a judge, which isn't terrible except for he's severely ill. So I don't know. What do you do here? Do you just take the rebels and clean them up? Or do you lose your builder? Probably not, right? You don't want to lose the intelligent builder. You just take the rebels and clean them up. Is that what you're saying, Cyan? Just take the rebels. It will be 4 rebels, but I guess you can deal with them easily enough. All right. Will he start the heavy chariot? I hope so. Maybe this is going to be a battle line heavy chariot. Oh, it just decays over 5 turns? Wow, it decays that fast? Oh yeah, 5 years. Okay. Definitely a tough event. Shows you how much I have played with Behind the Throne. And indeed, he is moving in on Passagarde. He poked with his scout a little bit, see what's going on. So he can see that the units have pulled back here. And he is moving in. We've got the camel archer there. City won't fall this turn. I think, at least. It's got 20 HP and looks like he can do... maybe it will fall this turn. Might with a force march. Yeah, maybe, right? Because this is 3. I think one of these, yeah, this could be 4. If you put the 2 commanders in, you can deal 4. So that's 8 from the commanders, 3 from the rest of them. 12, yeah, that's enough. You can take the city. You can take the city this turn, which will be pretty good. In fact, he's going for it. I don't know how I feel about this warrior, actually. Probably would have preferred to see a... Yes, he has a lot of generals. A lot of generals. And we're off to it. I think he needed to pull the slingers in, maybe, or the spearmen. Oh, how did the militia move in there? Or no, it's not a militia that moved in there. I think it's an event. I think an event spawned. The event militia spawned. So that's kind of nice. Let's see if I can swap over and see what the event is. Defiance, yes. So the militia happens automatically. Then he gets 6 orders or 2. So yeah, the city will not fall this term. At least not unless he can't kill it this turn. Out of orders and doesn't have enough orders to... Unless he moves this guy and gets an 8% crit chance, then he could potentially kill that. And he still hasn't decided this choice here. Let's see what happens. Is he going to take the rebels? What happens if you just don't choose this event and it times out? Will it randomly choose something for you? I think you definitely don't want the severely ill judge. Because if he dies, what if he just dies? I don't know. We will see. Yeah, I'm curious to see if he'll take that event. All right, let's toggle back over to Persia. Persia does have steel, expecting mass upgrades here. He's got 2,000 training in the bank. He is a scholar, at least until the king takes the throne. So he picks admin. He could have drawn to something else, but not really sure what would have helped him here. Does have the Defiance event. He can get 60 XP or discipline on his leader, or he can take over. So he is upgrading all as many warriors to axes as he can. Won't be able to attack with him this turn, so I'm pretty sure the city will fall next turn, but at least it buys a turn. And Ninja did go in and start attacking Susa. Susa will get a slinger here. So I think Fiddler's doing the right thing, sacrificing territory for time, which obviously you never want to have to sacrifice, but it would have been much better than just throwing warriors into spearmen. I'm going to toggle back over, see what Ninja chose. Ninja still has not chosen anything on that event. His family opinion is not great. The statesmen are not happy, largely because each of these generates discontent. Each of these hits on the city. That's a lot of discontent piling up. So I think this game is pretty much over. Valiant defense here from Fiddler. Good play backing off. But given where family opinion is right now, not looking great. Well, that's a little better now. What did he do? The new leader helped quite a bit. So yeah, that makes the situation a lot better, especially this guy's statesman. He could become proud or try to placate the hunters a little bit. He's harvesting some food randomly, interestingly. All right, can he upgrade some more? 700 gold, so he could upgrade 2 more axes. Would like to see that. Probably don't placate these guys with money because you need the money for axes. He does have a couple more mines going up. Would love to see that development a little bit earlier. We can take a look at the improvement count. It is 51 to 30. National wealth is 11 to 2. He did placate. He did spend money on Hunter Opinion, which means he'll only be able to upgrade 1 axe this turn. Unfortunately, his rider family is upset with him, yes. So that means they're going to have minus 5% strength, which is not great. So definitely need to manage your opinion very carefully. He might want to extend time here. Does he know how to extend time? He did upgrade another axe, and I guess he'll just do the rest of his worker moves on his own time. All right, so I think Ninja, he can spend civics for his second in line. Oh, so he did take the Rising Star as governor. He didn't take the rebels. So now he's the judge leader. So the nice thing of having a judge leader is he can upgrade all these garrisons to strongholds in a single turn. So anywhere there's a horse, he can just go and upgrade his garrison, although no garrison here, although there's also no horse here, and he has some imported horses. Also, criminally, no horses here and no import horses. He already has a stronghold here. And no horses here. And the horses, but not improved here. Okay, let's see what's going on here. He did take Passagarde, so he's taken that city. He can also hold court to get some civics, and he does badly need civics right now. Not badly, but could get some theologies on his religion. Well, that feels like icing on the cake at this point. Curious to see if he'll take Susa next. Looks like it, yep. Moving in. I think that Slinger, he should be able, I think he will be able to kill the city, maybe. Might have to force march to do it. I don't know that he'd be able to kill it this turn, but definitely be able to trap the Slinger in there if he wants to. Yeah, and it looks like, fortunately for him, he did not go severely ill into Doomed, because that would have been really rough. So, yeah, he did not take the... did lose Intelligent, so he dropped from what were we at science-wise. We were at 79 to 68, so Intelligent was giving 11 or so. Just such a good trait. Would you like 15% more science? Yeah, so yeah, I don't know that he will have enough to kill it. Oh, yeah, he did. Never mind. Yeah, so Susa has fallen. That's 2 cities fallen. Going to be very, very hard for Fiddler to come back from this. Pretty much GG here, but maybe he'll go out in a final blaze of glory. See if he can get use out of those new axemen. Unfortunately, yeah, Ninja's off. Units are pretty highly promoted. Interestingly, he does more damage to the spear with an axe than he does to the warrior. And battle line is 6 years away. Exciting conclusion of this map. Turn 50 here. Take a look at the military score graph. Just huge power spike there. Science graph, enormous lead the entire game for Ninja. And orders graph, even on the orders graph, although Persia doing Persia things. Yeah. All right, let's see how Fiddler responds here. We see a final attack in a blaze of glory. Might as well try, right? Or do we want to sit back here and wait for him to come to us? No real reinforcements that he can see coming along. Of course, he does have this coastal movement, which lets him zoom pretty easily. And yeah, there are so many spears. He has assigned his zealot on this axeman. So to me, that means we are not going to be attacking this turn. We're going to wait for next turn so we can enlist. We've got at least 2 enlists in the bank. He could upgrade another axeman here. Do have the iron income for it. Yeah, not looking good right here. Yeah, Ninja played very well. Executed his plan. He's starting a flatland mine, which is a bit of a sign of desperation. But I guess he has gotten every other hill, apart from the silver, which won't give him iron. I think he's gotten every other hill in his empire. So, oh yeah, that does definitely cause a minimap bug there. Interesting. So holding Z while you're observer will potentially cause this blob to show up on the minimap. Fortunately, not in a part of the map that we care about right now. Yeah, so we have some flatland mines here, which you never want to see. Border boost would have obviously helped quite a bit. But yeah, 4 orders left. I think he's going to try to enlist spears and kill them, I guess. Does he see anything else he can do? Doesn't have 487 gold, but could sell some food to upgrade that last warrior. That was 2 more warriors to upgrade. So we'll see here. He's pulling his chariot back. Not a bad idea to hide it from that camel archer that can deal 10 damage to it. And it only deals 3 damage back, so yeah. See what Ninja sees in this position here. He just sees this axeman upgrade. Sees another axeman visible. Love to see this scout maybe just force march through here or just walk into this forest. He knows the forest is there because it is on his side of the map as well. So you just walk into this forest. And then if it's not somewhere he can safely go, he can just force march back out. Love to see a little bit more vision. He could marry Numidians. He does do so. Get some honor guard to fix some opinion, which he does so. Pick some ambitions. 2 heavy chariots seems like a reasonably one, and I do see that he has a heavy chariot somewhere. Here it is right now. I guess he rushed it out last turn. Let's check. I think so. So we got the heavy chariot on its way, which, yeah, that is going to help quite a bit. Hello, kitten. We are at the end of this game. Ninja has done an amazing job of expanding, teching, getting good science, and this beautiful urban highway here, thanks to his builder leader. And is, yeah, threatening, has taken 2 cities so far, and perhaps we'll take a third here. I think we're getting ready for the grand conflict between these 2 nations, the final battle, Armageddon, on the Campandiano Plain, or maybe over by the Calbus River, or I guess this is all the Campiano Plain. So yeah, definitely an epic conclusion. Pretty great masterclass from Ninja in terms of how to do the early game and turn it into an advantage with which to pressure your opponent and then potentially secure a victory. All right, and he's doing what I hoped he would do, which was send the scout in, see what's going on, and then maybe hide in this forest here. Yep, exactly. Perfect. Smart play. So yeah, now he has great vision. He knows exactly what the army looks like. He sees, okay, he's got some spears. He's got a spear. He's got some axemen. But he also just has overwhelming forces at this point. Of course, axemen do not do very well against heavy chariots. They're good against spears, but not so much against heavy chariots. Since heavy chariot can do some pretty nasty route chaining here. And then really impressive play or smart choices by Fiddler to fall back and sacrifice the cities. Never an easy thing to do, but it's definitely something we love to see from players who understand that trading space for time is sometimes your only choice, and much better than just throwing units away into a battle that they couldn't win. Got a. He also had the event where a rising star took over the throne, so he swapped from a builder to a judge. Interestingly, it didn't change the line of succession, which maybe it will once we have a baby. He's friendly to Midians. He did also secure a tribal alliance through an event chain. Yeah, starting another heavy chariot here. Can't quite afford the rush. Might be able to next turn. So would expect him to slam that button there. So we're pretty much all in for we are going to secure the kill. Great economy. Beautiful trader seat here. Fast play from both players. We've been on simul, I think, until around turn 40 or something. So yeah, 50 turns with 2 hours, 25 minutes. Nice, crisp, quick play. Yeah, pretty enjoyable game down here in the lower bracket. Sadly, the loser of this game will be out of the tournament, but the winner will continue. I think they will face the loser of my match with Michael of Minx, so either me or Michael of Minx, depending who loses that match. That match 27. Yep. And Battle Line, yes, Battle Line to secure things. Battle Line will definitely be the end. Doesn't have an answer to Battle Line, doesn't really have an answer to the Heavy Chariot either. That is on the way here. Can Persia see this Heavy Chariot? I don't think so. Might have seen it move by though. He did get the vision. No, he just saw the spearman. He didn't get the heavy chariot vision, interestingly, from the scout. So no notification there. We'll see what Persia does. Bit of a graphics glitch here, I think, from whatever the hell happened with the minimap. I think hiding forests sometimes causes, but I guess it fixed itself now. Uh-oh. Game frozen. Did I freeze the game with hide forest? It looks like I did. Let me rejoin here. Unfortunately, it looks like I crashed the game. So that is not great. Note to self, do not press hide forest while observing. Let me rejoin here. Very sorry about that. Hopefully that did not impact the players. Join if we can find the game. All right, I am back in. It is Persia's turn. Doesn't look like he's made too many choices. He's got this nice event here, get 40 opinion for all families. If you don't educate women or piss off all the families, get a citizen in every city. If you do, and then some ambitions. Pulling back a little bit here. File a bug report there. Well, So presume he will upgrade some more of these axes. At least one more. Flatland binds, always tough to see. Yep, not much culture in Persia. Not looking good at the moment for Team Persia. All right, let's see. So Persia, I'm curious to see whether he'll upgrade this axeman. I hope he does. He's fortifying. Okay, so he's going to make his final stand here. Take care, kitten. Have a good night. Does have his zealot leader, upon which the hopes of the nation rest in terms of enlisting stuff. Be sadly pretty useless to enlist the heavy chariot because it would die to the spears very quickly. Yeah, but we are at the thrilling conclusion here. This game, it looks like it will likely be a haughty victory. Just a question of how this will be resolved, but Fiddler is a very resilient player. He did fight tenaciously against Mojo in his first match. See if he can find a way back. All right, turn 52. Rites of passage. Could get pregnancy by pissing off the pagans, or sorry, the Zoroastrians. Vigilant Pathfinder or Delver in this governor. Doesn't seem like particularly useful for anything. Maybe Delver, who knows? Okay, we can close this event. Do have that heavy chariot. Curious to see whether we will see a rush. Oh, we do have some rebels, presumably from Jewish descent. Yep, since Judaism does trigger rebels at negative opinion, you have a chance to get dissent in the city. I'm not entirely sure how that mechanic works. Is a little bit annoying. And one of the dangers of founding two religions, now you have to juggle two religions' opinion, which is harder than just juggling one religion. And of course, paganism is also something to juggle. Usually a little easier to juggle, especially if you don't spread it with polytheism, but of course he has done that. Okay. Is he going to be content to sit back here and just wait for those cities to capture? No more builder, so he can't continue paving the coastline. It would have been really funny if he just kept going, especially since he can keep going all the way over there. But he can't. His heir is a hero, so he does have that available. Of course, if his wife becomes pregnant from that event, that would be a new heir. This is the rising star oligarch who seized the throne. We are holding court for civics, which is something we love to see. Get a lot of civics for rushing stuff. Doesn't have a law to enact at the moment. 12 orders left. Pretty definitely. I mean, from Ninja's perspective, he's in a pretty good spot. He sees this army, but definitely doesn't want to throw away this advantage. Things can turn very quickly in Old World. The game can change very fast. You lose one battle and suddenly you're on the back foot. But he's doing the right stuff. He's getting some more spears, getting some apprentice officers because he's feeling he's got enough units. Might as well get some unit production capability going. He does have this settler, which could move over here and just settle by buying a city, which wouldn't be a terrible idea. Especially settling this ore site would be really nice. We could do that as well. He likes those apprentice acolytes everywhere as well, thanks to the polytheist shrine, and that gets you some nice Nice culture and some good science. Let's check the specialist count here. I don't think it is moving in this turn. Specialist-wise, he is up to 17 specialists, including 4 apprentice acolytes versus just 3 for Fiddler. And the improvement count is 57 to 33. Other things worth noting, he did have this interesting Jerwan aqueduct. Good positioning with 5 proximate farms. Not really great tiles, but it does give him 5 farmer citizens. This city is producing 6 lights, thanks to that. Kind of a quiet turn, catching his breath after taking 2 cities and then preparing for, I presume, the final assault. He might wait for battle line at this point. He's in no rush. And it doesn't look like Persia is going to counterattack anytime soon, given the fortification, which you can see here. And he did scout all this as well last turn, so it was a good idea of what he's facing if he remembers what he saw. Definitely not afraid of the chariots, since spears will eat them alive. So yeah, so it looks like some workers building some. Ooh, I like this play. He's building some very forward barracks, which means if a military unit produces out here, it will pop out here. So that's a nice play from Ninja, since barracks are unit spawn locations. So barracks positioning can sometimes save you quite a lot of orders if you position them towards your opponent. Definitely a nice little. Love to see this. Like, this is really smart play. That saves him 3 or 4 orders for every unit coming out of this city, despite the coastal movement. Let's those units get back into battle sooner. No developing here, but like at least anything gets heart built here will pop out right here, ready to go. Really nice play. Just good understanding there. All right, how will Fiddler respond here? Looks like Ninja is taking that breath, capturing these cities, settling in, potentially getting Maceman. If I were Ninja at this point, if Maceman is just 3 years away, there's no reason not to wait for Maceman, and then just go in. He is building some axemen, presumably to upgrade into Maceman. I don't know that he can build. Yeah, he can't build He can't build warriors anymore. So no cheap warrior into axemen. Yeah, let's see what Persia does here. He is building slingers here. Just finished a Jewish disciple here, which is oh yeah, he did take state religion Judaism, so that's a interesting choice. But he does have 2 cities with Judaism, so why not, I guess. Just awkwardly, it is his enemy's religion, so I don't think he can influence. He can't influence the religious head, despite it not being of his nation. I didn't realize that. I guess once it's state religion. No, you can even influence the other ones. Okay, huh. I guess since it's the second religion that Ninja founded, it's not the state religion, which means it won't have the penalty of being at war with a Zoroastrian nation, which is that -40 there. Got some flatland quarries and flatland mines here. Slavery, I think, would have been a slightly better choice, although I understand why he would freedom. It does give you that nice growth, but slavery would have helped a lot with the iron and stone, although he's kind of fixed his economy here mostly. 2 orders left. A young zealot on the throne. Pretty well ensconced here, hiding out behind all these units. Let's see what Ninja does next turn here. I guess Fiddler still has 2 minutes left and 2 orders left to spend. After admin, he'll have the choice of pretty much anything you see there, plus whatever unlocked. Well, I guess the unlock will go into discard, so no other choice of Polis. 4 out of the 6 listed there. You can influence, but you can't intercess because they don't have a family. Thank you. It is harder managing family opinion for people who are not of your thing, but yeah, I mean, thanks for founding a religion for me, I guess, is the answer there. All right. Let's see what Ninja does. As of this tribal alliance, hasn't done anything with it. Could easily move some of these units in. Not sure whether this is actually a display bug where we're getting fatigue or not, but definitely could pressure here very easily. I think since they're allied, and since the Persians are at war with the Numidians, correct me if I'm wrong here, Scion, but if Ninja did move this in here, these units then would attack on their own. They wouldn't need Ninja to control them. He just needs to move them in, right? Right. He's captured those two cities, and Scion confirms yes. Once these guys would attack, they would attack. Once these guys are in range, they will attack on their own. So Ninja could spend 2 orders. I'm not sure why it's showing that I can move them 2 despite 1 fatigue. I presume because of the Tribal Alliance. That seems like a display bug. But like, wouldn't mind seeing these guys moving in since they're right there, and it would definitely be a problem because militia are not going to do well against 4-strength units. All right, so Tower of Silence, trade legitimacy for religion opinion, generally good idea, I'd say. Largely because the other option is get 4 religion and piss off the patriarch, which very hard to recover from. 4 legitimacy, and his landowners already hate his guts. I guess this, not sure why his landowners hate his guts this much. Oh, because he only has 2 landowner cities. They are not the most number of cities, because he gave these cities to traders and riders, which pissed off the landowners immediately. Very reasonable to give these to traders and riders. This one maybe should have gone to landowners instead, especially since there's really no trader resources here. He's building a barracks to continue the urban paving this way. And yeah, I think he's just content. He's like, you're not going to come kill me. A little bit of a bait on this spearman here. Yeah, nice calm play here. I do hope these players wrap this up. I would be surprised if this game goes to part 2, especially since I think it's pretty decided, at least from my perspective, but I could be wrong, given that we have seen miracles pulled off with Enlist before. And Ninja is stronger, but he's not much stronger. Although Battle Line potentially will change things. But of course, if he does get that warrior upgraded to a maceman, and then it gets stolen, that would be a pretty big power shift. Maceman would do some evil things to the spearmen. Yeah, I would definitely love to see these. It's a bit of small tech, but like moving in these tribal units would be. I mean, why not just pressure? It's 2 orders. You can move in a couple of them. So, but he might not be focusing on that. It's easy for us to say that from the observer chair. Swap over to Persia to see what he does here. Okay. Let's see here. He's just got administration. Could get a free Byreme, which is not particularly helpful. Could get spear, could get aristocracy or polis. Other stuff. Use portcullis and compo. Compo would definitely be useful. So, oh, I have to stop here tonight. Nice highway you built. I missed that. So they are pausing here after almost 3 hours. So Pretty exciting part one. Not yet decided, but definitely strong advantage Ninja here. We can also save this just in case something goes wrong. And that is a pretty powerful performance from Ninja. Thanks, folks, for tuning in to part one here. Military score up and to the right for Ninja. The science graph, really great use of intelligent and also specialists to build up a science economy. Orders, also advantage Ninja. Will likely be a very quick part two whenever these players resume, but of course, it's player discretion how long they want to play. So totally reasonable for players to take a break after a couple hours, and especially with folks dealing with significant time zone differences. Really appreciate everyone's flexibility in finding match times. So that is the end of this stream for part one. We will try to catch part two and make sure we get coverage of it. Should be an epic conclusion here. Either the world's most amazing hold or interesting victory with Battle Line 3 years away. I don't really know how Persia's going to do it. They're a little bit too far behind, I think, right now. But of course, from what Persia can see, he just sees some spears and has seen a bunch of spears, and he doesn't know that Maceman is just around the corner. And of course, he has axes now. So if Ninja only pushed in with axes, it likely would not be enough. Some good zone denial here as well from Ninja. Just a Zeus Zak denial here so that you can't have anything rage in. But he's in a very, very powerful position here. Thanks again for tuning in, and hope you're all enjoying the tournament so far. We've gotten some great old world games, and we'll just end here with this beautiful, beautiful urban highway that we can just slowly appreciate. It is very, very nicely built, as well as this kind of, urban addition here. And then so Ninja has this incredible coastal movement from all the way over here, essentially. Example, this worker can move all the way over here, then with a force march can move all the way over here. That's just a very, very, very long distance. Right, signing off. Have a great morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you might be.